And we got him. We got him. We don't got him, but we got him. We got him on the ropes. Welcome, folks. This is the Star Report. I am the evil star. Okay. What a great day I had, and I wanna be a little silly tonight. Is that okay with you? Good evening to my core audience. My core audience. You know, the rest of you, the 85%, the deaf, the dumb, and the blind, fall back because we're going off the rails tonight. Can I be extra silly? This is extra turned up, huh? Okay. Life is great. And Rashawn Casey, Rashawn, I want you to call me Troy. Never mind all that star stuff. You and I have history. Got him. Woo! First and foremost, I am going to go back tonight and walk you folks through this. And let me say salute to Tony, the closer. Oh, he's going to close this out. He's going to close this out. Tony and I are on the phone, every other day. Not every day, but every other day, just... I have a 501c3. You can Google this, the Snitch Network. I do work. This is not about any type of get back or, hatred or malice. No, I live a great life. Life is great, And Tony the Closer came out months ago with regards to Rashawn Casey and Cesar Pina allegedly scamming people. And if you don't know, he then pulled back. He took his videos down and he kind of went MIA for a while. Reluctantly, I picked up the baton. I started going hard in the paint. And about a month or so later, Tony the Closer came back. And he got back into the mix. Now, with regards to my 501c3 and the work that I do, charity work, okay? I assist people with regards to different things involving law enforcement, legal matters. So a good amount of the lawsuits that you see flying are people that I helped, get legal representation. And some of them, they file their own suits to then get picked up by a lawyer. You know what that process is about, all right? So then Tony came back into the mix, and this is his baby. We are supporting him because he has opened up a can of worms and a can of whoop ass, all right? Now, salute to Sarah Wallace, NBC4, okay? You guys, you saw the video. It's on that YouTube channel, Hip Hop on Trial. I don't know whose channel that is. But as soon as the story, hit the internet, it popped up on Hip Hop on Trial on YouTube, whoever's channel that is. Okay? So, Tony is doing great work exposing, scamming, and notice I'm not saying allegedly tonight. No, because I work with the authorities. I work with law enforcement. I'm not a cop, but I work with them. And Rashawn Casey is cooperating to not only throw Cesar Pina under the bus, but he's going to try and throw him in front of the train. In order to keep his job, he's going to have to. Now, I don't know whether he's going to keep his job or not. I don't give a fuck. Cesar Pina, on the other hand, and Cesar, if you're out there, or Jennifer Pina, you, in my opinion, your best bet is to sue Rashawn Casey and iHeart. I'm not rooting for you, but I'm just saying, objectively speaking, your best bet is to sue Rashawn Casey, a.k.a. DJ Envy, and iHeart. You're going to be dragged for years to come, whether you go to the penitentiary or not, and I think there's a good chance that you will because the DOJ is looking into this. The DOJ, Department of Justice, okay? And you're going to be dragged for years to come. And your potential gross earnings are going to be jeopardized. Let me say that again for those of you who don't think about this when you are involved in lawsuits or pulling the trigger on a legal matter. Your potential gross earnings are going to be jeopardized. Whether he goes to the penitentiary or not, he's going to always kick dirt in your direction. So I just want to put that on the table early. Cesar Pena, Jennifer Pena, you may need to sue iHeart. And I've spoken about payola in the past. Some of you have done your research. Salute to you. It's not just the exchange of money. It's gifts. It's anything by way of promising, promotion on those airwaves. That is a violation. Woo! Now, some of you have emailed me saying, oh, we've been doing that. Yeah, okay. Well, nobody has cracked down. Some people do get fired over payola, violations. Every DJ, every board op, again, I'm going to go back, every air personality has to sign papers agreeing not to partake in payola. So I just want to say that with regards to Cesar Pena, Jennifer Pena, you've got a case against Rashawn Casey, whether you know it or not. If you need help, holler at me. Also, this evening, because we're going to take our time with Rashawn Casey, who is cooperating against Cesar Pena, I want to get to 50 Cent and his what I consider to be, I don't want to say hatred, maybe disdain. Would that be a good word, or can you guys give me another word? I don't think he hates Diddy, but he has been taking shots at him for years. And, many a truth is hidden in jest. Many a truth is hidden in jest. I think I know both of these guys well enough to get a judge of intentions. And 50, a.k.a. Curtis Jackson, he's a slimy, cutthroat, backstabbing Queens nigga. And I don't say that to be disrespectful. Some people would say the same about me. But he has been talking on stage during his concerts about Diddy, outright saying he's involved in the murder of Tupac. And he also said some things with regards to the reason why he don't fuck with him, niggas hugging you from the front and the back, and just some other stuff. So I do want to talk about that, but let me just get back to the main topic first, okay? Rashawn Casey, this is huge news everywhere. TMZ, Yahoo News, it's lit. It is lit. And Tony the Closer, again, he's been going live on the gram, sometimes 3-4 times a day. He's going to close this out. Yes, he is. He is a closer. I'm sorry. Troll babies, good evening. Are you there? How's the spelling? The audio? Okay. Tony is going to close this out. Tony is a real estate guy. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. And if you yourself are a real estate person, who has knowledge about closing, there's an old saying, ABC, always be closing. And I think he's applying that, to this situation with DJ Envy. You guys know where that quote came from? It's a very famous movie. Always be closing, ABC. I'll give you a hint. Jack Lemmon was in the film. Classic. Ooh, that's nice. Woo, woo. Now, so I want to hear your thoughts. I also want to make it clear again, if I can be assistance to anyone who has been scammed, led down the road of a Ponzi scheme, in your opinion. And if you need assistance getting legal representation, holler at me. This is what I do. I'm also going to go back and say with regards to urban media. Urban media. The entertainment factor. Yes, it's beautiful. We all get a chuckle. We all get a laugh. And this is a clusterfuck going on right now. But at the same time, is scamming accepted in the black community? Why did it take, Sarah Wallace and what's the other guy's name? The Caucasian guy. I'm forgetting his name. Holy smokes. He did too. Was it Spencer? Salute to that young man. Why does it take Caucasians to get involved before people from the urban community or hip hop or rap music before you really start taking things serious? Again, Tony the Closer came out with this first. He interviewed Rashawn Casey, DJ Envy. And in that interview on Instagram, Envy said Caesar doesn't owe him anything. But as the story started breaking, again, with the Caucasian media, then he starts saying he's at a 500K. Yes, no? Are you up to speed? There have also been new developments today, I think 5:30 p.m. Again, Sarah Wallace, NBC4, they are going hard in the paint. She's a woman of credibility, very well-known, a well-respected journalist, okay? And I think there's another update that happened roughly around 7 p.m., okay? Lex Diamonds, I See You. Okay, he knows the film where that came from. ABC, Always Be Closing. Classic fucking film. So why does it take Caucasians to get involved before, your culture? Yes, your culture. I'm going to use your words tonight. Your culture before you really want to take things serious, And there's other people who have spoken up. Salute to the credit dude. The credit dude, we exchanged DMs via Instagram, and I don't even do DMs with people, but he reached out, I'm here. Oh, fuck nigga star is here. Oh, my goodness. Cheers again. Now, let me also say this for those of you who are not in the loop. So I had a blow up with Clear Channel back in 2006 and Rashawn Casey. But I got most of my money, 95% of my money. I'm not going to go back into the whole thing. I was fired. Yes, I was. I'm not going to get into the details of that. But I've never been fined by the FCC. Never paid anybody any money. Ever. And let me be a full narcissist and say, if I would have ever gotten a judgment to pay somebody, I'll put a bag on your head first. I'm that type. I'll put a bag on your head before I pay anybody. So there's no real malice here with regards to Rashawn Casey. This is just, another story that was presented to me. Or actually, we picked up the baton. Salute to you troll babies, right? At first, I was like, nah, I don't want to fuck with that. And you guys are saying, yo, let's go, big nigga, let's go. I said, all right. And then, people started, filing lawsuits. So I just wanted to say that because it's important that you know where this is coming from. And let me also go back with regards to what it is that I do, the Snitch Network. In 2011, in Philly, when I was on 100.3 The Beat, you see, I've had radio jobs after Clear Channel. Some of you don't know that, and that's fine. I started my campaign, Start Snitching, with the assistance of Philadelphia police, the former mayor in Philly. So this is what I do. Now, fast forward, the whole Africa Bambaataa Zulu Nation story. I wasn't even interested in that at first, but, just people kept coming and coming and coming. Pause. That sounded very crazy. Pause. Just, I'm sorry, reaching out to me. Reaching out to me. So, that was, something that by way of my 501c3 that I took very, very seriously. Also, in case you're not up to speed, and I'm not trying to pop my collar, but, again, to show you the extent of my work, Jessica Reed's family reached out to me in 2018. I wasn't interested at first. I declined. My girlfriend at the time, Spicy. Spicy. She's going on to college and she's doing her thing. Great girl. But she said to me, you're not going to interview that girl, Jessica Reed? She sent you the paperwork. She challenged me. So I looked through the paperwork and I noticed that Charlemagne Leonard McKelvey, a.k.a. Lesser Charge, he was lying. When he sat down with DJ Academics, he was lying. And just so you'll know the extent of my work, he was not exonerated. The test results were and are inconclusive, okay? So I want to give a little background. Phone lines are open right now. Hold on a second. Okay. And that's what we are tonight. Tony the Closer going hard in the paint. This is big news trending everywhere. And TMZ, guys, is TMZ trying to stick up for DJ Envy? I saw they said he clapped back. Troll babies. Did you notice that? TMZ said DJ Envy claps back. Huh? Okay, I guess, they're on board with iHeartRadio, but that's okay. Hey, Pocket Watching with JT. How are you, sir? Do you want to call in? He says black media doesn't care about scamming unless they get scammed. Facts. Podcast payola is real. Oh, my. JT, do you want to call in? Text me, man. I would love to get you on the line tonight. Let's have that conversation before I go off the rails, okay? Pocket Watching with JT. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. And I'm coming to the phones. Progress 11, I got your donation. Start Diddy and Envy. And I hope Diddy and Envy end up in the same pen. I'm going to get to Diddy shortly. And I'm gonna give Diddy some smoke tonight. Everybody can get smoke on this fucking mic. He and I are cool. But, what I do, I present the objective perspective, okay? Hold on a second. Hey, Pamela, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. Progress 11 also says Diddy is a soul-sucking vampire. Grimy Harlem nigga. Well, he wasn't born and raised in Harlem, okay? I just want to be clear. Harlem claims him. But I want to talk about Diddy shortly. Okay, I think that's a Pocket Watching with JT. Let me get that man on the line early. Is that him? Okay. Let me get him lined up in the queue. Yes, sir. Call now, JT. Call now before I get to doing too much because I'm telling tonight. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Blade. I see you, Blade. Yeah, Envy is cooperating. It's not alleged. I want all the legal smoke. I does this, okay? I'm in contact with the feds, the Department of Justice. Scamming is scamming, okay? Okay, the Blade, you can call in, but I'm not going to be focused on Gaza music tonight, but let me just say, salute to Israel. You know what it is, Blade. I rock with Israel, huh? And those sand niggers will be dealt with down there in the Gaza Strip. Nat, how are you, sir? Nat says never trust a beige person selling anything. Okay. Mikey P, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Hold on a second. I think that's JT. Let me get this man lined up early. JT, sit tight. You're my first caller. Sit tight. Okay. Felicia, how are you, darling? I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. She says just supporting the network. Thank you so much, darling. Okay, let's get into the show here. Pocket Watching with JT. Is that you, sir? Area code 314.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear from you.
First, I just want to appreciate you, the work that you do, and support my content. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. We just got your banner back at the back in the rotation at the end. So just so you know, it's back in rotation. I appreciate you as well. So,
yeah,
I'm sure you're up to speed. Where do you want to start? This is what you do. You find the scammers, you expose people, but you're also an educated man. You have knowledge. Take it away, please.
I want to touch on especially the part where you're talking about black media and how easily they should have ran with this story long before New York City, NBC, long before all these bigger platforms were running this story. You had Tony the Closer giving them an opportunity to break this story. You covered this story. Yeah. I covered this story. It wasn't until white media touched on the story. Now they want to come after. Here's why I think they do that. It's because much of so-called black media are really glorified blogs. And a lot of these blogs depend on these fake gurus and scammers to run ads on their platforms.
Right.
I mean, podcast payola and payola when it comes and people just paying these blogs to run their ads is real. We have guys like what's he called himself? Him 500. Man, real name is Marcus Barney. Him 500 openly admits that he paid Wallow and Gilly from $1 million worth of games.
Holy smokes.
$50,000. This is what this man admitted. This is not alleged. This is not gossip.
Okay.
The man admits that he paid Wallow and Gilly $50,000 to be interviewed on their show. Now, anyone can go to that video and watch how they explained how they heard about him. They said that, I heard a guy was doing real good helping people get their money together. And if you ever need money or if you broke right now and this man's going to help you out, they went on for an hour glorifying him 500, glorifying what he can do and help you financially. Not once did they mention that he handed them a paper bag with $50,000. Okay. That's podcast payola. We should always ask ourselves the question, how do these Negroes even get on the platforms? Okay. How is someone who's either uneducated, we never seen them anywhere, they have nothing in their background as far as education or experience in the field of finance, how do they get on every platform? Okay. You see these guys go on a tour. They go on every major black podcast within 2 weeks. How does that even happen? I'm guessing they're paying money like him 500 admitted. Mm-hmm.
If I can jump in, JT, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know the facts with regards to what Gilly and Wallow do, or what they did in that particular situation. But here's my concern with what Rashawn Casey has been doing, and I'm not saying allegedly. I want the fucking legal smoke. He has been breaking FCC rules and regulations, and I'm not even a Breakfast Club watcher or listener, but I've seen them collect gifts and other things. You can't do that. That's against the law. So in reality, if Caesar wanted to sue them and not take all of the weight, and I'm not rooting for Caesar and his fucking wife, let's be clear. This could be really messy, and iHeartRadio could be really in a fucking jam. This guy, I believe he's a total piece of shit, Cesar Pina. He's a convicted drug dealer. He has told on people. He was caught in Newark Airport and so on and so forth. But now with regards to what you said, and I appreciate and respect what you said, you do this. The difference is terrestrial radio and television is governed by the FCC.
Right.
The internet is not. So I can't be mad at Gillian Wallow or other podcasts who take a bag to promote something. That's the difference. What they do on the Breakfast Club is against the fucking law. Accepting champagne, against the law. Taking gifts and putting those gifts in a position where it's on the camera and it's a promotion without telling people it's a promotion. That's against the law. Go ahead.
No, and I get it. There are different medias, right? There are different type of platforms, and obviously when you're talking about TV and radio, the rules and the laws are stronger. But the government did come out and say people on the internet, as far as influencers and these podcasts, they're supposed to acknowledge when something is a paid ad or sponsorship. It's not on the same level, but ethically, it's the same thing.
Right. So, for those who don't know who you are, give my audience a little brief background on who and what you do, who you are and what you do. Pardon me, and then let's go back to why does the urban audience accept scamming, please?
Absolutely. So I'm a certified financial planner. I am a actual licensed financial advisor. My firm, we specialize in tax and wealth planning for clients. I represent clients before the IRS for tax issues, and we create financial plans to help people retire. Now, on YouTube, what ended up happening was my actual everyday clients would send me these videos, all these so-called financial specialists online, and they would ask me the question, hey, JT, is this good or bad? Right. It got to the point where I had to start making videos online to expose most of these guys have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Most of these guys are giving you so-called financial gain that's actually having you commit fraud.
Right.
And, 2 years later, I'm at like 94,000 subscribers. So thank you.
Okay. With your knowledge, your expertise, what sort of trouble do you think Caesar is in? Not just with this alleged Ponzi. Well, fuck a alleged Ponzi scheme, and accepting $150,000 in cash, as we heard one person say. What sort of trouble do you think he's in with the IRS not reporting that money?
Oh. Well, there's a few things. There's going to be a lot of weight. So if someone gives you money as an investment, that's not technically income. So you can get hit two ways. If someone gives you money as a loan or money as an investment where you have to return the capital, that's not technically going to be considered income.
Okay.
But if Caesar, based on, the information is out there, if Caesar is living off this money as if it's his personal income, that's going to hit him in the face, because now he's living off this money.
Yeah.
I actually got bank statements that show Caesar ordering DoorDash and Taco Bell over and over again from the business account.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get him tripped up.
Uber Eats.
He ordered Taco Bell like 3 times in one day.
Yeah. Okay, so Sarah Wallace, she's going hard in the paint. There was more updates today on NBC4. As I said earlier, TMZ and other platforms. What's your next move on this particular story? And do you see Rashawn Casey taking a leave of absence, suspension? What do you see, in your opinion?
It's going to be ugly. This Friday, I'm circling back to this story because the payola lines and the new information that's coming out, I feel like the person who snitches first and gives the most amount of information is going to be the person that's in the best position. I see it as a race between Caesar and DJ Envy on who's going to snitch the best and give up the most juice to get the best deal.
Yeah. My title, DJ Envy is cooperating with authorities against Cesar Pina. I was on a call today with some people, legal people, and he's open to a proffer agreement. He's open to a proffer agreement. Yeah.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. He's got too much to lose, and I don't know where iHeartRadio is with him, but it's not just DJ Envy that could be involved in the payola. I don't want to say anything just yet, but this could be higher up the chain. There's certain things by way of advertising on a syndicated radio show, and I'm sure you know that I was syndicated in 11 markets back in the days. There are certain things that are always a matter of concern when you have these conference calls, weekly conference calls. Things are discussed, things are approved. There's a discussion about inventory, and other things. So this could be not just an issue for the Breakfast Club. I'll even go on record and say he more than likely has not been suspended yet. I'm not going to say he should be fired, but because he has not, quote unquote, been convicted. But other people may be eating off of Breakfast Club revenue. Thus, the reason why he has not been suspended, or the reason why iHeart has not addressed this thus far. But go ahead and finish up. I want to give you the last word and promote your platform again, please, JT.
Absolutely. Before I go, I just want people to remember this moment. Every time you see some clown on any platform that's getting promoted hard about how they're going to help you financially and all this stuff, remember this moment right here. When everything goes bad, the influencer turns to you and say, it's your fault. You should have did your due diligence.
Right.
You got DJ Envy saying he's not responsible whatsoever. So the next time he tries to promote something to you, or any of these online influencers try to promote something to you, remember this moment right here. And if you have any type of tax problems with the IRS, or you simply are living paycheck to paycheck with no retirement plan, you can always hit up my office. Free consultation. Star has my information. You
Yes.
can call my office, get a free consultation.
Thank you, JT. Have a great evening, man. Thank you for your support.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care. Okay. Pocket Watching with JT. Great platform. Very knowledgeable man. Okay. Guys, let me go to 50 Cent for a second here. In your opinion, do you think he's just trolling? Back in the days, there was a little tension there before the YouTube world really popped off and before Instagram. There was a little tension. Diddy is an aggressive narcissist like myself. You know the story. He and I are cool now, but we had a speed bump. 50 Cent, and this is not to kick 50's back in. Didn't 50 write a book? It was like it was a ripoff of the 48 Laws of Power. I say that respectfully. I didn't read it, but he wrote a book. 50 is known for kicking people's backs and not being forgiving. Young Buck, for instance, had him crying, put the audio out. He keeps on sticking the fucking knife in this man's forehead. Every time something happens with a trans woman, 50's kicking this nigga down. If memory serves me correctly, 50 Cent lost to Rick Ross in a something with regards to one of Rick Ross's baby's mothers, and I think the judgment was $7 million. I'm not sure what happened with that. But the point is, he don't fuck with Rick Ross. Rapper Game, in my opinion, you will never, ever see a reunion with Game. Ever. And they've seen each other in a club in LA or some shit like that. I'm trying to give you some context with regards to the type of person that 50 is. And this is not to clown him. This is not to kick dirt in his direction. But is he a spiteful person? That's my question to you. Oh, he was suing my nigga back in the days. Q from World Star, huh? Suck passe, my boule. And Q took the pictures down, and 50 kept the lawsuit going. I said, damn. But at the time, I was cool with Vlad and Q. Still am cool with Vlad, but, I couldn't get involved. And I said, damn. I'm talking to Q. I said, why won't he drop the fucking lawsuit? I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm trying to give you some context here. So here's my theory. My theory is that 50 Cent does not fuck with Diddy on no level. Doesn't hate him, he just doesn't fuck with him. See, in the industry, you can keep your distance from somebody. You control them, take shots. The audience can think you're it's play, but you really don't fuck with the person. Anybody want to chime in? Any thoughts? I think that, again, there's many a truth hidden in jest, and I think that because 50's money is long, Diddy doesn't want to go down that path. Someone sent me some audio with him saying he wanted to take 50 shopping or something like that, and 50 said, nah, fuck out of here. Huh? Maybe 50's just not with the bullshit, But that's my show, and I'm going to get to sponsors shortly. 105 fam got your donation. Seems like 50 has a vendetta against Puffy. He has something on Puffy and is trying to start something. I don't know. Maybe he's just one of those one of those old Genghis Khan type niggas, You guys ever heard of a Genghis Khan, huh? It's not enough to succeed. All others must fail. Maybe 50's one of them type of niggas. I know a lot of people have tried to take that quote over the years, but that was Genghis Khan who said that once upon a time. Advo got your donation. Support. Oh, he said supports Israel all day. Okay, where is Advo? Let's see if we can get him in line here. Advo, are you still going by Advo the comedian? Area code 213.
What up? Hey, salutes. Happy Wednesday. Star salutes.
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? We're shaking. Now you're Colombian, yes? Or you're Dominican?
Yeah, I'm Afro-Colombian.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Did you hear my theory the other day? I think Big Pun was Dominican and not Puerto Rican. Did you hear that or no?
Why would you say that? Not Puerto Rican. Why you say that?
I think Fat Joe has been capping all these years. I think it was some type of strategic rollout plan. I think he was Dominican. I can call Liza and ask her, but
So you think they gentrified him? They basically gave him the Puerto Rican, and that makes sense though.
I think Fat Joe claimed him as Puerto Rican. I have no proof, but anyway, never mind all that, man. What do you want to talk about? Rashawn Casey, DJ Envy, who is cooperating. Go ahead.
Ask that question again.
DJ Envy, he's cooperating with the authorities, or do you want to talk about?
No, yeah,
50 Cent?
I found it very eerie that 50 just came out with this, and like I wrote to you, I love 50, as a kid, but I don't like that sucker shit that he's kind of put it on Diddy. Like, why now? First of all, and I also think about how DJ Envy and 50 Cent, they've been having a lot of business throughout the years. I remember they used to have this thing called Tycoon, in which they threw like big parties, and that went off.
Okay.
Also, we talking. I know Diddy's guilty in a sense, but also 50 is known for also kind of looking like a scammer.
Well, you can't say 50's guilty because you don't know. See, 50.
I'm just assuming.
You're assuming Diddy's guilty, but you don't know that.
He once said that he was getting paid. He signed a 4-year contract for $150 million for Power, and then we found out he was only getting paid $17,000 per episode. So 50 is also known for hyping things out, and I think 50 is just calling out Diddy because he don't want that energy that they put in on Rashawn Casey. I don't think 50 wants people to talk about Rashawn Casey, and he wants to bring up the Diddy thing, and I think that's some sucker shit.
That makes sense. Go ahead.
And they from Queens, so like there's the alienation. Also, you mentioned earlier, 50 once didn't pay. I think it was like less than $1 million for Rick Ross on Baby Mother for like a revenge porn. He never paid for that, so that show gave me a little bit like, oh, you should have money to pay her off. He went on bankruptcy right after that. And let's not talk about the fact that
hang on. If I'm not mistaken, that judgment was $7 million. Would you say $1 million? I thought it was like $7 million.
Even worse.
I'll Google it.
I'll
Google it. Go ahead.
$7 million. Wow. I thought it was less. I thought it was like 1.7.
Go ahead.
But either way, and also 50. I also look at him a little sideways the way he treats his own son. Because say what you want about Diddy makes sure that his kids are on the top of the line, and I respect that as a man. I don't respect a man like berating their own children, even though like the kid could say, "Hey, it wasn't enough money." I don't like the way he when he goes hard in the paint, he will go hard in the paint against his own kid, and I never liked that from 50.
If I can respond to what you just said, not that I have to stick up for 50 Cent, and it was $7 million. It was $7 million, not $1 million.
Woo!
I'm looking at page 6, New York Post. Now hang on a second. I actually side with 50 Cent against his. I think that's his eldest son, Marquise. I take 50's side.
Marquise.
Yeah, but I don't want to get in the middle of that. I don't know the young man. Salute to him. But let's go back for a second. So with regards to Diddy, do you think he's just trolling, or do you think that he is really trying to put the screws in Diddy? And would he like to see Diddy in handcuffs? That's my question.
I believe he's trolling. I think he's trolling. I think he knows that Diddy's story is bigger than anything. Mm-hmm. And right now, this is the most media coverage that DJ Envy got, and I think it's smart for you to just bring up the Diddy stuff.
Okay.
And you also remember that this year, Rick Ross was also fighting DJ Envy when it regards to like the auto thing. So I just think those two are too intertwined. Gotcha. Like maybe 50 don't want nobody to investigate too much of like Rashawn because it might lead to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I want you to put a point on the big Crip Murcielago. The big Crip Murcielago.
Go ahead.
That car being everywhere. So the big Crip. I just want to throw it out there.
Okay.
Like,
hold on a second. I just want to read something here from page 6. This was in 2015. Rapper, the rapper 50 Cent was sued by Ross's baby mama, Lastanya Leviston, who claimed Jackson posted a sex tape on her online and was awarded $7 million. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to that, but yeah, that was the award. Maybe he appealed
right after that,
I forget.
This is 50 went down. This is 50. I think you went to This Is 50. I seen you in an episode on This Is 50.
That was my guy.
It went down.
Yeah. Oh, did?
Yeah. They had to shut that down.
Wow.
Right after that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, This Is 50 had the powers to be like no jumper, but due to the fact that lawsuit, yeah, you're not suing me, you're suing my corporation. You know how it goes. Well, that was not me.
I'd vote. I have to jump in and say you're a liar. I'm on thisis50.com. It's up right now. What are you talking about? I'm looking at it.
But it fell off. Come on. Let's keep it 1,000. There was a time that
I'm looking at it. I'd vote. Thisis50.com.
It fell off. Like Jack Thriller's not there no more.
Okay.
It fell off.
But it's
over.
there. It's there. That's the point.
The Star Report is more.
No, don't try and throw a curveball. Thisis50.com is there. Okay, now
it fell off.
All right. Now hang on. With regards to Rashawn Casey, you're a Breakfast Club listener, watcher, yes?
When I was in the East Coast, for sure.
That's your generation. You don't have to say no just because you think that's what I want to
No,
hear.
I'll say yes. Yeah. There was times I was waking up to the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
For sure.
So, today, Rashawn Casey, DJ Envy, addressed against his lawyer's advice. He addressed the scamming allegations. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen letter charge telling him, "Don't say anything. Don't you say anything." I seen it in the whole video.
Okay, your thoughts, Ivo.
He's walking a fine line because he's trying to leverage public opinion, which in public opinion, like we starting to see everything this guy runs is a scam. You know, whenever people show you this, oh, we have this lovey-dovey family, and maybe it is true because when you have 6 kids, something must be going right in that family. But at the same time,
I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about him speaking about the allegations. That's what we're talking about.
No, yeah, but when it comes to the allegations, I just feel like he's trying to take responsibility out of it.
Gotcha.
But what I noticed is that he's also mentioning Cesar Pina. So he's making sure, like, Rashawn Casey. And I also noticed that he doesn't want the name DJ Envy to be associated with any of that. So, like, It was weird even when he was like, Rashawn Casey. Like, first of all, we never, like, that was just very weird. Like, He didn't say DJ Envy. Like, We don't know you as Rashawn Casey.
Gotcha.
He was using his government a lot.
Okay. Advo, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for your support as always. Salute. Okay. Advo, tapping in. Hold on a second, guys. Drink, yeah, got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. He says, you're black. Jesus is dead. Thug life. No snitching, okay? RC from the 315. I don't care about DJ Envy like that, but Tony the Closer. Okay, you're taking shots. Well, listen, go on Tony's IG page and get at him. I'm focused on Rashawn Casey. Your issues with Tony the Closer are not mine, but thank you for your donation, okay? Jeff, I got your donation. If a radio station gave you creative control and let you keep your likeness and content, would that be enough to go back? No, man, it's not about that, dog. Let's stay on course here, I appreciate your donation, but, going forward is what I've always been about. Radio is not dead, but radio is contrived. And I'm not sure if you're a businessman, Jeff, but radio doesn't pay like it used to. It doesn't. They don't pay what they used to pay Star and Howard Stern and Wendy Williams. They don't pay like that. I've said this before. I make more money now than I ever made on Hot 97. Okay? But thank you, man. Thank you. Big Eye Key tapping in. I got your donation. Thank you so much. Okay? Let's focus on scamming. DJ Envy. Okay? Okay, thank you so much. Hi, Lydia. Got your donation. Okay, JT, I got your banner. Thank you so much, sir. We'll get that cracking for you, okay? Jamal, I got your donation. Don't forget Joe Budden called out the scam years ago. I saw a clip of Joe Budden. He said it sounded like a scam or something like that. I'm not sure. And how's that the whole Joe Budden Drake thing going? Oh my God. Something I wanted to mention about Joe. Oh, not Joe Budden. Drake. Did you guys catch Drake saying that? What did he say about Rihanna? Something about the sex was. What was the words he said? What did he say about Rihanna? It was basic or average. Did he say average? The hater misses nothing. I have to take Rihanna's side and say no. She realized Drake was a simp, and a weirdo. Okay, yeah, he said average. Now, it's on one of his new songs. I forgot which one it is. I like Drake's music. I saw Drake live years ago up at Tufts University in Massachusetts. I heard his concert is trash now, or the tour. When I saw him, he was doing a damn thing. He had the band. So anyway, so Drake says he doesn't say Rihanna's name, but supposedly in one of the songs he's saying she was average in bed. I'm not going to disrespect his son's mother, but if you look at that slob, oh my God, he put a baby up in that. That's all I'll say about that. Okay, Markel, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Hold on a second. Deeds texting me. Hey, Deeds. Hold on a second. Area code 272. You're up next. Sit tight. 272. Deeds says the song is called Fear of Heights. And he said the sex was average. I got your donation. Amy Sue. She says, if radio doesn't pay well, how is DJ Envy making all that money? Amy Sue, I've addressed that before. I'll address it again. You sent in a donation. In my opinion, he's been scamming. For years, there was a rumor and lies, and they were saying that I paid him. I never paid him anything. I have his confidential agreement that I've referenced before. He got less than $500,000 from Clear Channel at the time. I have a letter from a judge that says they have no jurisdiction over me speaking about that agreement. I've got it. They don't pay people like they used to pay again. So I think he's been scamming. Now, the show is syndicated. It's syndicated, but again, radio is not dead. It's contrived. Syndication doesn't pay like it used to. I really think he has been scamming. I really do. And I'm willing to take a lawsuit. I'm willing to risk what I'm saying right now to get into discovery and a deposition. But he doesn't want that. But thank you for your donation, okay? Area code 272, are you there? Good evening. Wednesday, we're talking about
what's going on, sir?
DJ Envy, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I think it's coming down the pipeline. I think DJ Envy definitely going to get suspended from the radio station because the radio station don't want to have nothing to do with it. And if you don't remember, and people don't remember, DJ Envy did have him on the radio station. He had Caesar on the radio station. He was promoting that stuff with Caesar. So at the end of the day, he's going to snitch to get his name out of it. And I'm pretty sure the lawsuits, I think Breakfast Club going to want to get out of that lawsuit because the minute you brought him on a radio station and you let him get that advertised and explain himself, how he runs the business and how he can help you refine and do all this stuff to these homes, you put yourself in there. Now, yes, Envy said, well, I did give him money. I didn't make no money back. I didn't know he was doing this. Yes, you can get out of that part because, yes, you don't got your name on no documents. You didn't sit with these people and stuff like that. But when you advertise him, and you was in a commercial, it was a commercial they did in Jersey. He was in a commercial with him.
Mm-hmm.
So the minute you did that, you put yourself in it. You might not be liable for what he did, but you're somewhere is liable because you were selling yourself, but you were selling him to the people. So everybody knew who you was. They didn't know him. So they going off of you because of your credibility. So yes. Yeah.
Can I throw something in here with regards to what you're saying? In legal terms, facilitating, steering, these are the terms that need to be known to consumers and people looking to file lawsuits. Rashawn Casey, facilitating and steering fraud. You follow me? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm following you.
I don't know if you've ever been involved in anything in the streets, you know? If you
are
hang on. If you are steering a sale, you get arrested too. You feel me?
I got you now.
Charge.
Remember, I spoke to you a while ago, right? I went to one of these seminars.
Okay.
I went to one of his seminars. And when I went to, I can tell you where it was at, what time and everything. It was in Jersey and everything. So when I went to the seminar, it was him and it was his wife there, right? DJ Envy wasn't there, right? But then later on, DJ Envy did show up. He shook his hand and everything, this and that. But he was telling everybody, and his wife was also speaking. DJ Envy never said nothing, but he did show up and stuff like that, like as he was supporting him, right? Now, fast forward, Joe did say something that Envy came to him and said, yo, he told him about the investment into getting into the homes. And Joe was like, and he said it on his podcast. He's like,
are you talking about Joe Budden, sir? Joe Budden?
Yeah, Joe Budden.
Okay.
He mentioned it. He said that Envy came to him and approached him, and he was like, "Yeah, it didn't sound." He said it just didn't sound too real to be true to him. That's why he said, you know, I didn't mess with it and stuff like that. But yes, it was Caesar and his wife that was running all of these seminars and stuff like that. But the one I went to, Envy did show up later on to the seminar and stuff like that. Yeah. And the homes he was showing homes and everything. He had a whole thing with pictures of homes and showing how he was flipping homes, how people was making money and all this stuff, right? But the homes, what I knew it was a scam at, one of the homes that he showed, the family actually was living there, and it was a Section 8 home. So I knew right then and there he was scamming because at that time I had family relatives that lived on that block.
So I have to jump in and say, respect to you being, alert, so to speak. But sadly, and I'm gonna really try and do a deep dive here this evening. There are other people who were looking for some type of flip or fast return. You feel me? And they were not as perceptive as you were. But go ahead and finish up. I'm going to take other calls. Go ahead.
And as far as that 50 and Diddy beef, if you go back years ago,
take us back.
50 hates everybody. 50 was hating everybody because 50 felt like at that time, you remember he said he ain't call names out, but 50 said he was going to all these spots trying to get signed and trying to get a record deal. And nobody was messing with him and stuff like that. And remember, Diddy, he said it. 50 was saying, like, I couldn't even go to Diddy restaurant. Diddy wouldn't even let me in his restaurants at times.
Right.
So there is.
Okay. There it is.
So there it is. So there is some type of beef behind 50. I think 50 got a lot of hate in him because you got to look at it. You coming from New York. And none of these want to sign you, but then Eminem come along and sign you. So he's looking at all of them like, y'all could have signed me. Right. Because remember Master J, God bless Master J, Remember,
Jam Master Jay.
I mean, Jam Master Jay. My bad, Jam Master Jay. Remember, he was the one that gave him the $50,000. And 50 said, "Nah, I went back on the block and flipped that money." But he always had something against Diddy and all of them because none of them was going to give him a chance. He didn't get a chance to Eminem sign.
So I have to cut you short. I want to take other calls, but thank you for the tea. You got all the tea. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, steering, facilitating sales. Oh, God. Back in the 80s, there was an old saying, the cap man or the cap person, someone who puts the cap on a situation. Today, you guys say cap as in, oh, that's a lie, that's cap. Well, back in the days, they used to say, oh, are you the cap man? You come in and you take notice to the bullshit, the flim flam, the 3-card Monty, and you put the cap on the situation so that the VIX, get involved. Anyway, Two-Tone got your donation. Star, I watched Fair Play. Made the white boy. Oh, yeah, he begged at the end. Oh, that was crazy. Made him beg. Made him cry. She's sitting to wipe that blood up. Get the fuck out. Yeah, good film. Good film. Fair Play. I enjoyed it. Thank you for your donation. Sean, I got your donation. Okay. Guys, if you're just now joining the show here, yes, DJ Envy is cooperating with the authorities against Cesar Pina. Okay, I'm going hard in the paint this evening. I've been on the phone all day today with the FEDS, Department of Justice. This is what I do. 501c3, the Snitch Network, okay? I want the smoke. I so want the smoke, John Blaze got your donation. Puff has approximately 826 teeth in his goat mouth. Okay. Thank you, John Blaze. Okay, Blade, thank you, Blade. We're not talking about Hamas tonight, I've already said, in case you didn't hear, I ride with Israel. And so, let me not even go in that direction tonight. Kai, how are you? I'm sorry, I just seen your email. Okay, I'll get back to that later. Kai, do you want to call in? Kai, New York 007. I'm live. You can call in and promote your new video. Pardon me. Okay, someone sent me something about. I'm not sure what this is. Guys, you can go to the YouTube channel Hip Hop on Trial. I don't know whose channel that is. But the video is right there. The video that has got shit lit with Sarah Wallace, NBC4, okay? Hang on a second. Okay. Okay. And Nug, do you want to call in? You got a new video? Hold on, guys. I think Nug has a new video posted. Hold on. It's one of my sponsors. Okay. He just posted a new video, or 2 videos. Okay, Nug, let me just put your information in my live chat for right now. Guys, please go check out Nug and subscribe, okay? Rob Lowe got your donation. Star, salute. Jam Master. Okay. Well, listen, man, the guy, he called in, and I appreciate him calling him. 105 fam, okay? Star, seems like 50 has a vendetta against Puffy. I don't know. I think 50 is just a certain type of guy. Anybody know what his zodiac sign is? For those who subscribe to astrology, what is 50's zodiac sign? Maybe we can do put that into the equation tonight. I used to be a Taurus. I became limitless back in the mid-'80s. I no longer subscribe to that. But let me go to area code 510. Good evening. Are you there? 510. We're talking about Rashawn Casey working with the authorities against Cesar Pina. Good evening. 510.
What's going on, my brother? What's going on, my brother?
Let's just get him out of here. Come on. You know, we're having a good show. I'm not even going to feed into that whole brother thing. Come on, knock it off. Area code 215. Good evening. Are you there? 215. Talking about Rashawn Casey, DJ Envy. Viral. Are you up to speed? 215. Yes, no, maybe. 215. Gotta go. Let's go to area code 704. Good evening. Are you ready? 704?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great.
Star?
Who's this? Hey.
Hi, my name is Erica. I've been listening to you since the storm, since your show years ago.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
I watched the news show today on Rashawn
Yes.
and DJ Envy. And if you watch the show, then you can see what they were setting up. Every time they showed him saying, we are doing this. We got this for you.
Okay.
We got this deal. Come make this with us. Come do this with us. That's why he's working with the authorities, so he can get immunity, because you are 100% a part of it when you say we. If it wasn't them, he would have said he got you, but he said we got you. So he's going down. He's going down.
A proffer agreement doesn't give you immunity. I've signed 2.
Then he's really going down. Then he has no way out of this unless, his police officer father has some, things out there, some folks that he can talk to, and maybe there's some things going on in the background that we don't know about. And then...
Well, listen, let me just say this. I appreciate your call here. Scamming has been going on. This is what Cesar Pina does. This is what he was convicted. Alleged, okay? There's this whole discrepancy now about whether Rashawn Casey had knowledge or not. My concern, my concern that I'm trying to get across to people who are filing lawsuits is, don't just look to Cesar and Jennifer Pina. You've got to do some research about the FCC and iHeart and Rashawn Casey. You see, Sarah Wallace, they're going hard in the paint. I don't want to give too much of a heads up right now, but they're going to circle back to the whole FCC. It's lit right now. It's lit.
Oh, well, I mean, he's had them on the show several times promoting their business. So,
are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Not only promoting it, co-signing it.
Co-signing it. Absolutely. My mom always said that something that sounds too good to be true probably ain't true, and a lot of people fell for some stuff that sounded way too good to be true.
Can I ask, how old are you?
52.
Okay. Why does the urban community, and I'm including Hispanics, why are they so into flipping houses? Why does that seem like such a quick fix solution?
Because they watch too much HGTV. They watch too many people on HGTV and all of those TV shows, making it look like you could buy a house and flip it and make a whole bunch of money. And we always want a get-rich-quick scheme. I mean, I hate to say it, but our communities are for the get-rich-quick schemes.
Well, I don't subscribe to the whole we, the we statement. But,
well, yeah.
With regards to, again, people who have been supposedly scammed and others, there's other people who have not come forward yet. I've been talking to a lot of people, and showing them how to file lawsuits. There's some people who, because of their past, they don't want to file lawsuits. They don't want to be exposed. You follow me? So
absolutely.
So the question, it's sad. Why does the urban community look to this whole, flipping houses thing as some type of fucking solution to a come up? I'll let you finish up. Go ahead.
Like I said, I think it's from watching TV shows like that you'll see somebody and they're like, oh, we spent $40,000 on this house and we made $200,000. And when you see that, you think that, hey, I can do the same thing. My last thing I wanted to say before I go is in regards to Drake. I mean, his little line that it was trash or however he put it.
Rihanna?
I mean, he was, he did have a porn star, and I guess porn star Poom Poom might be a little different. They proud porn star can probably do some things that Riri doesn't do. So, but I thought he was trash for talking about Riri. He's just a little upset that she went and had babies with someone else and didn't do it with him.
Okay. I thank you for the call, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now. Okay. Yeah. There haven't been porn stars in decades. They're all just porn trash now. The lifespan of a porn actress is not what it used to be. Okay. Shauna, got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. We're having a discussion if you want to chime in. Blade, I got your email. Okay. Who is this? 50 mad puff smashing his baby mama. Hey, girl. Oh, wait a minute. Which one? I forgot about this. Deeds, is anybody out there? Yeah. Wasn't Puffy dating one of 50's ex-girlfriends? Is that one of his baby's mothers? I forget. What's the chick that every once in a while I see him with her? I don't follow him or her. No disrespect. What's the chick? Is it Cuban something? Are they no longer together? And is Diddy dating her? Hang on a second. Or do I have it twisted? Okay, they're saying no. I don't know. Daphne? Does that sound right? Daphne? I would have to see a picture. I'm not sure. But thank you. One pretty miss at Nurse Yazzie. Okay. Jesus Christ, that's long. Thank you for your donation, doll. Thank you. Hold on a second, guys. Let me go to area code 718. Good evening. 718, Rashawn Casey. We got him on the ropes. Are you there? Good evening. 718. Yes, no, maybe. 718. Are you ready? If not, I got to go.
Yo.
Yes, good evening.
What's up, Star?
What's up, man? You join the conversation? You have any thoughts, opinions? Let's get him out of here to see. What are you on, like some type of Percocet delay? I think that guy called before with that weirdo nonsense. He's annoying. Area code 201. Good evening. Tapping in from Jersey.
Hey, Star. How are you?
Hey, how are you, sir? Good evening.
How are you, Star? Good. Well, great show as always.
Thank you, man.
You know, I grew up in North Jersey, and when I saw the properties that they were pitching, I was pretty familiar with the cities, you know. They were selling certain properties in Patterson and so forth and other towns as well. And the funny thing is, I'm coming from a different angle than you when it comes to the business side of this, right?
Go ahead.
The thing is, you were asking a pretty good question. Like, why do we go for this quick flip, right? Which was a great question. The cities kind of feed on that. The politicians are looking for a quick come up. The bureaucracy in these cities all are looking for quick come ups. And so it kind of feeds on itself. It's like a big monster in some of these big cities.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak specifically to Patterson because that's what I knew, right? And in Patterson, this happened also in 2008 during the last big housing correction that took place.
Okay.
We had mortgage brokers that were involved in, all sorts of federal cases for non-verification loans. They had people with no jobs and no income getting mortgages, and you had these illegal flippers going to the foreclosure auctions, buying the properties. Some of these properties were burnt out. You couldn't even live in them. And they would just grab someone off the street, give them $10,000, have them sign some phony paperwork, get money from the bank, basically stealing money from the bank, and then going back out and try to sell it again and then do it again, right? That kind of game. So to see this new iteration of it was very interesting, because those that are in the business understand how hard it is to manage a property in a big city in New Jersey. Taxes are super high. Right? You have rent control in some places. Right? You're only allowed to increase rent by a certain percentage. My father worked in the industry. I saw him. It would take him 15 years to gain equity in some properties, right? He worked. I remember as an 8-year-old, he took us into a crack house one time on Halloween and said, "Honey, this is the new house we bought," right? And he had to build it from scratch to rebuild everything again to be able to make it a working property. You know what I'm saying? So I know it because I grew up with it. And so this whole idea of this quick flip, quick cash scheme, these are guys that come and go all the time in these cities. And unfortunately, like you said and the previous caller called out, it takes tremendous hard work. I mean, collecting rent from hardworking folks every first of the month is not an easy task. No. People get hit with all sorts of, you know how that goes, right? Car problems, health problems. They go through unemployment, issues with their family, whatever, right? And so as a homeowner or a landlord, you got to work with your tenants, and it's a partnership, and it takes tremendous hard work. There is no quick flip. And so I always tell people that want to get into the real estate game, I do encourage them. There is some great benefits that come with it, but there's no quick flip. It always takes tremendous amounts of hard work and sweat and personal equity, blood, sweat, and tears that you got to put into these properties, because it's not that simple. So let
me ask you a question. Stay with me.
Sure.
Do you think that there's some type of, cultural, fascination with quick flips? I mean, just wanting to get a bag, get a nice car, and then to front and to stunt. I'm not saying other cultures don't have their own issues with scamming, whatever that may be. But with regards to this, hang on, this whole flipping houses thing, to me that's just like such a fucking turnoff. And not to make this about myself, but back in early 2000, I brought some raw land in Hazleton, PA, and I started putting on mobile homes, double wide, so on and so forth. And it was work. It was work over the decades, but it was steady money. My tenants were pretty much, tenants who had either disabilities or just, people that I could get state money from. I think you may have heard me say this before. I didn't want people who had jobs, because if you lose your job, I don't want to hear your fucking hardship story. And I was cold. I would evict people in the fucking wintertime. I don't give a fuck if you got 3 kids. If you're not getting state money anymore, you got to go. So now that's work. That's hard fucking work. But this whole flipping houses thing, that's something else, man. That's not wanting to even do the goddamn work. You just want to come in, bring some contractors, renovate, and then sell this shit. It's bullshit to me. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, so what I wanted to tell you is it's not cultural. I call BS on that. Okay. This isn't cultural. Okay. We have some very intelligent people with all the capabilities. The problem we have is education. We have the capabilities. People are smart enough. The problem is not knowing, not having the path of understanding how you need to get there. Just like you talked about putting your own investment together and the amount of hard work that you had to put together. Do we know everything? No, we don't. We have to go out and find out. We need to know the laws. We need to know what financing is. We got to work with the banks. We got to know all the rules. We got to know what leases are. We got to know how to work with property. You got to learn how to be a property manager. We don't no one's born knowing this stuff, Star. This is not a cultural thing. I call BS on that. But we just got to, you know what? I think we just got to go and look for that information and educate ourselves. This is just education, my friend. This isn't cultural.
Can I ask? Can I ask? Who is we? You've been saying we. I mean, who is we?
Well, I mean, in general, when I say urban, when you say culture in big cities, that kind of, the urban environment, right? When we say folks in big cities are looking for the quick flip, I get where I think it's more just not knowing, right? Not having that education. That's all.
I'm going to say BS on what you're saying. Can I ask, what is your ethnic background? What is your ethnic background?
I'm Hispanic.
Okay. I'm going to say BS on what you're saying. Hang on. Let me respond to what you just said. I have noticed over the decades, younger females, and let me be very, very direct here. Younger Black and Hispanic females, they don't want to work for a car that can get them to and from. They want a brand new fucking G-Wagon. They want a brand new fucking Benz. They don't want to work, and I mean, not that you have to ride in a fucking beater, but everything's brand new. That is today's generation. That has been the generation for a couple of decades. I don't date young girls. I don't seek them out. Again, I don't mean to make this about me. If they gravitate towards me, we can hang out. But I've never been a fucking sugar daddy. I'm not a trick, and I'm not gonna help you get from point A to point B if you can't get it. I'm saying BS on what you're saying. I most certainly do think it's a cultural thing, and I think that it's reflected in the art. Go ahead.
So let me retort then. I would argue to you that lack of education is a generational issue, but that doesn't make it a cultural thing. So don't get it twisted. I don't agree with that.
And why are they uneducated?
Because our society doesn't, the way, if you look at our education system, right? It's not made to make independent. Go look at it.
Who are you blaming?
I'm just telling you.
I'm looking at it. Who are you blaming? Who's to blame?
Sorry, listen, we're having a fundamental discussion, right? But my philosophy
I'm enjoying the conversation, but who's to blame for the lack of education? There's not enough programs? Come on.
The parents are to blame. But here's the thing. If the parents, it's like the blind leading the blind, okay? Just give me 1 sec.
Go ahead.
If the parents aren't educated, how do we expect them to educate their kids?
Is that a question?
Is that cultural?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Stop making babies. Stop making babies. Oh yeah. If you
I hear you.
Stop making babies. If you cannot educate that baby, feed that baby, and raise that baby up to be a productive, law-abiding citizen, stop making babies. I don't want to go too far, and talk about birth control and sterilization and shit like that. Stop making babies. I'll let you finish up.
No, sorry. You know what? You took me for a turn that I wasn't expecting to take, but I took it there with you. But no. And I appreciate it. But I will say this. I love all my Hispanic and all my African-American peoples, and all I can say is this.
Stop it.
Is we can do better. We have all the capabilities out there. Regardless of what Star says, we can move forward. We just have to ask the questions, be curious, go and find out, and understand that there's no quick and easy flips. Everything has to be paid for in this lifetime. Thank you, Star, for the time. I appreciate it.
Okay. Hey, man, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. I was going to ask another question, but good call. Mother dear, I got you donation. Thank you for tapping in. Hi, Star. I will come out of retirement for envy. The girls are waiting for him. We're keeping his cell warm. Okay. The real young buck. Yo, keep my name out your mouth. That's why you put those tranny videos on your page on private. I've been meaning to put those on public. What was that? That transgender's name that claimed. Well, actually, there was a video of damn. There's a video of young buck and the transgender blowing that nigga's top. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'll say allegedly, but thank you for your donation. Dinky, I got your other donation. No, Drinky, pardon me, okay? Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Stefan, are you calling in? Are you calling in? Hold on a second, this might be one of my sponsors right here. Stefan, is that you, sir? Area code 347.
Yes. Hey, what's going on, Star?
Hey, man.
How's every damn thing?
Good to hear from you. Let me get your information on the screen so you can do some promoting.
No. I'm not your guy. You must got the wrong joint.
Okay.
I'm not the guy.
Hold on. Sit tight.
I pause.
Okay, sit tight. Okay, he's going to call in shortly. Pal, there you go. Okay, what do you want to talk about? DJ Envy, did you see Sarah Wallace, NBC4, Tony the Closer, TMZ, Yahoo News? Yep, Speed?
Yes. I caught it. It's a very difficult game, the real estate game, and I think that the issue is that people see they don't really know how to make money, and this is what's being sold to us on a regular basis by the people closest to us. So we see the people who we look at, and we see the cars, we see all the glamour of their life, and most people want to try to get into that, and they sell that the way that they did it was through this real estate means, and then they show you all kinds of lines of credit type products and things that they're able to do with banking, and it's amazing. So we watch it, and people feel that's the good way to secure retirement, if you will. This is a great way, real estate. They say everybody makes their money in real estate. The most millionaires are made. Now, this is alleged. I don't even know if the most millionaires are made. The most millionaires are made by real estate, but this is what's being sold. So what DJ Envy and the Tony the Closer, what these guys did was they played into that. And as of recent, it seems like it might have worked, but the world took a shift. And when the world takes a shift, there's usually a lot of people. It's like that. It's like the house. When you go to a casino, when the shift takes place, there's a lot of money on the board. If you ever play craps, somebody be rolling for a while. When they rolling for a while, it's looking good. Everybody's putting money up. You're putting money on five. You're putting money on six. You're putting money in the field. And then when they hit that seven, everybody lose.
Yeah.
But in reality, when it happens like this, that means people lose their homes. We laughing, but people losing their homes like one roll, 1 month.
If I can jump in for a second.
Yes,
I think today's generation knows how to get money. Woo, these niggas is scamming. Hang on. This generation today knows how to get money more so than the generations from the 80s and the 90s. You see, in the 80s and the 90s, it was drug dealing and prostitution and stuff like that, armed robbery, really, really a different type of hustling, getting over, and con games. Today, it is so fucking easy with these goddamn mobile phones. I mean, it's just, you have to be careful. You can't even give somebody your phone to say, hey, can you take a picture of me and my wife? Because they'll say, absolutely. And they'll pretend to be taking a picture. Meanwhile, they're in your Cash App sending themselves $2,000. They'll say, no, stay there. I got to do it again, right? Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the advancement took place too quickly.
Hang on a second. If I can just finish my point, then I'll give you the last word.
Yes, sir.
This generation knows how to get money. And if you get caught, oh well, you get caught. Cesar Pena, in my opinion, he knew at some point the jig was going to be up. Cesar Pena found himself a lame by the name of Rashawn Casey. He's a lame. He's a lame. He's a goofy. And that's not even me talking because he and I had a speed bump. He's a lame. He's a cornball. He's a weirdo. And I listen, man. I mean, you know, and at some point, I think the lame woke up and say, "Yo, I got to get in on this because he's a fucking lame." But go ahead and finish up. Go ahead.
All right. Well, you know, I got to say that sometimes we see these people, and because they're so out there, you know, quote unquote famous, and he is famous, that, you know, people may believe that he knows something more.
Right.
But as you have shown and demonstrated with your show, a lot of the people who we know to be famous or who to be in the limelight, they have no real knowledge of what it takes to truly be success. I say that respectfully. They getting scammed out here by record contracts and stuff all the time. So he's no different.
Yeah.
He just happens to be the guy on the radio regularly that got caught out there with the bad sign.
He got.
You know.
He got.
Got. Well. And now he's about to get got. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, we're having a good discussion here, and we're going to try and do an extended show. I'm in no rush. DJ Envious talking about we've helped so many people, not just regular people, but celebrities, athletes, executives. It's a shell game. That's an old term. You guys ever heard of a shell game? Okay, you got to find the ball. The little ball. We used to do that in Times Square years ago. Hey, area code 347. Stefan, is that you, sir? 347.
Hello, this is Stefan.
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? I got your info on the screen. Let's do some promoting. Where do you want to start?
Yes. I remember I sent my book to you. I'm not sure if you had received it.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, good. Cool. No, I was just calling in just to, you know, promote my stuff, whatever. You know, I'm going to be at New York Comic Con this week.
Nice.
So I'm going to just do a little, some networking and whatnot. Because, you know, it's a big deal, you know, in the animation and comic industry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, I just wanted to promote my stuff, talk about my book a little bit.
Please.
And just let people know about, you know, checking out my website. You know, like I said, I got artwork, I got clothing, and all that good stuff.
I'm on your website right now. I'm looking at it. Tell us about, or tell people about your gallery. And we called in before, and we spoke in detail about the people that are assisting you with the creation. I'm looking at the animations. Great stuff. And I'm going to get
Thank you.
I'm going to get to your book. I'm like 4 books deep right now.
No, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. No big deal.
Take your time. Promote.
No, basically the gallery, I try to be as accessible as possible because I want to just let people know about it and help spread the word. So like a lot of the wallpapers you see in the gallery is just for free for people to take. They want to put on their, you know, background or any of that type of stuff. They want to share it on social media because, you know, one of the things I started doing early in the days to help get traction on IG and Facebook was I did like hip hop. We did hip hop like homages. If you see, like we would do like Mobb Deep, we would do Nas, we would do Biggie,
Onyx,
you know, Wu-Tang, Onyx, you see
ODB,
Onyx right
the Fugees, Tribe Called Quest. I'm looking at it right now.
Right. I specifically wanted to do like just New York from the 90s since it takes place in the 90s. So just New York rappers specifically. Right. And I thought people would really like that stuff. And you know, it worked to help get the traction and whatnot. And then like I said before, I have 2 soundtracks with my friend. He makes beats or whatever. It did really good. It's just lo-fi beats. I don't know if you're familiar with lo-fi, but like that's very popular.
Whoa. I had a lo-fi channel a couple of years ago when I was down in Atlanta.
Really? Nice.
It did very well. It was called Starboy. Yeah, I've been into lo-fi music for years, actually, and I do listen.
Really?
I do listen to lo-fi when I'm working on my classic cars. Yeah, I'm very familiar with lo-fi. So now that
Okay, cool.
that subculture is very, very supportive. Now, do you put the animation to lo-fi music as well?
Well, yeah, the animated teaser was done by my friend. So the guy who does the music for me, his name is Fat John. He's a
Okay.
well-known guy in the lo-fi community.
Mm-hmm.
He had done music for a popular anime series about 20 years ago. It's
Okay.
called Samurai Champloo.
Mm-hmm.
It was an anime series that mixed like hip hop with samurai, and like a lot of the subculture got into it, and it
Mhm.
became a big thing. So I reached out to him a few years back when I was trying to get someone to do music for me, and then he liked what he saw, and then we started working together, and then we put out a vinyl together, and then through him, because he has his own label, I was able to get my vinyl out in like overseas, like Japan, Europe, all these cool places. We're about to drop the next one soon. We got backed up because COVID or whatever. But yeah, he's a very well known person. If you look him up, Fat John, you may have heard his music.
I've heard the name. I've heard the name.
Yeah,
Are you-
that's like my man's, yo.
Are you familiar with Lo-Fi Girl on YouTube?
Yes, yeah. A bunch of French guys. Yeah, they're very popular.
Uh-huh.
Very popular.
And that channel started when? Lo-Fi Girl.
I believe it was like around 2015, something like that.
17.
17. Yeah. Okay. I was close.
You're close.
I was off.
Well, look, man.
Yeah, but
I want people to check out your platform. It's on my screen right now. Great work. What is the
thank
next?
you. I appreciate it.
What is the next step for you? I'm looking at comics, gallery, news. What is the next step with regards to what you're putting out to the masses, so to speak?
Right. Well, like we spoke about before, we talked about the animation stuff. I got really close a few times. COVID hit.
Yeah.
And everything went down the drain. I was actually in talks with LeBron's team. And
Okay.
back in like 2019, I did a lot of meetings over there between them and like other people they linked me to. And I was supposed to close a deal in like early 2020. And then everything fell apart and I got dropped by everybody.
Well, listen, you're still going strong, and you are a writer
Yeah.
as well. You're a writer as well. So
Yes.
I wish you the
yes.
best, for those who are just, going to look at your site and assume that, you're just the animator. You're a writer as well.
Yes.
I'm going to get to your book, like I said. Story-wise, do you also write for other, animation series, or is that something that you're going to be exploring? Or
I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to. I actually tried. I know some people in the industry. I actually tried recently. Actually, tried to take but it's a lot of politics in terms of like it's who you know. If I'm kind of like on the fence between like being independent and being in the industry. Like I know people, but it's like if that makes sense what I'm saying. I'm like in between. It's like I can't. I've been having a hard time getting past the threshold, but I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep working at it though.
You can't be a recluse. I'm not saying that you are, but you got to get out there. You got to be in the mix.
No. I am not a recluse, not at all.
Okay.
I don't mind meeting people and talking about my stuff.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you, Stefan. And guys, please check out Stefan's platform in my showroom right now. And how do you pronounce that for those who may not necessarily know what it is that you're saying?
Oh, the series, Teflon Funk.
Teflon Funk, yeah. Hey, man, let's get you back in the line next week, and I should have gotten to your book by then, all right?
All right, no problem. Take your time.
Thank you,
Take care.
Stefan. Take care. All right.
All right, bye.
One of my sponsors, guys. And, folks, if you want to be a sponsor on the show to talk about your product, your services, reach out to me via email. Where is my email address? Hang on a second. Here it is right now on the screen. thehater1964yahoo.com. All right. Hey, Janet. Janet tapping in. Janet, you sent me an email about something. I got your email. I don't remember it right now, but I got it. Okay. Oh, Janet with the research. Janet, it's funny that you say that Cesar Pina has been using DJ Envy to promote his book. That's a form of payola. If he has not been going through the station, Power 105.1, if he's just, working with Envy and promoting that book on those iHeart airwaves, and Envy has not been informing the sales department, that is an FCC violation. Promotion. It's not just accepting money, doing something in exchange for a favor, a kickback, to offset, whatever. Income. It's a form of payola. Thank you, Janet. Marcy got your donation. Marcy says, Envy on the radio, talking too much. # weak sauce. No, Marcy, we want that nigga talking. When I saw that clip, salute to Tony the Closer. He sent me the clip right away. I saw Envy talking. I said, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, Father, in the name of the blood. That nigga can't shut up. And he's working with the authorities, folks. Oh, yes, he is. Caesar, you might want to sue him. It makes a lot of sense to me. You and your wife should sit down, weigh your options. You're fucked. The two of you, you're fucked. But the question is, are you going to go down together? Now, let me just say this, Caesar, with all due respect, I know I've been taking shots at you. That's what I do. I'm stupid. Caesar, don't let your wife go to jail. She seems like a decent person. She could be a scamming chick. I don't know. People are commenting on her. What was she wearing in that NBC4 video? You guys know? Oh, people were critiquing everything. Caesar, don't let your wife go to jail. No. Before that happens, Caesar, sue iHeart and sue Envy. Take Envy with you, but don't let wifey go to jail, okay? Peace, Rakim got your donation. He says, I saw fair play due to Bozo. He fumbled the bag. Peace, Rakim. I'm not sure if you're righteous, but, salute. Peace. No, he didn't fumble the... Well, you know what? He could... I don't think he ever had the bag. It was a good film, Fair Play. I mentioned that last week if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. He never had the bag. He was salty off the rip. He thought he was going to get the promotion because she told him what she heard, and then she gets the promotion. The nigga starts getting in his feelings. He don't even want to have sex with her. So you know what? You're right, Rakim. He fumbled the bag. Yeah, a real nigga would have got the smash in her cheeks. Baby, I'm going to hold you down. I'm going to work harder. But then when it got right down to it, he wasn't smart enough. He couldn't cut it, right, Rakim? And I know you saw the part, holy shit. You know what? Fuck it, I'm going to spoil it. Oh, my God, he walks into the office and gets on his knees to ask for the job. Oh! That was the turning point in the movie. I said, oh, look at this bitch nigga. Anybody see the movie Fair Play? Peace again for the donation, Rakim. Anybody see the movie Fair Play when that bitch nigga got on his knees? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Area code 707. We're going off course here. Are you there? Good evening. 707.
Yes, sir, Star.
Hey, who's this?
It's Kai. How you doing?
Hey, Kai, good to hear from you. What's cracking, girl?
Thank you.
Let me get your information.
You, King Crab.
Oh, thank you. Did you see the movie Fair Play? Crazy film. I enjoyed it.
No, I just saw the advertisement, but after you spoke on it.
Girl, check that film out.
So you're giving good promo for it.
Check that film out. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Let's do some promoting. I got to find your information. What's cracking with your content? You posted a new video?
Yes. I had put it out, yes, this morning. So kind of in the spirit, if you will, of Halloween. This video right here is a short video on witches.
Okay.
So just giving some history on witches, witchcraft.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then a little secrets in there, some things that a lot of people I know never heard of when it comes to witches, some strange freakiness stuff going on. So I just threw that in there. So yeah, if y'all, make a little time, feel free to check it out. Appreciate it. Hopefully you find something on my channel that may interest you, audience there. Yeah, so that's been the latest thing, right
Well,
there.
now, hang on. I'm looking for your link. You're in my community section. I'm going to post the link in the live chat whilst we're talking. You can't just say you did something on witches and then just leave us hanging. Are you familiar with witchcraft and Wicca? What sort of video did you do? Tell us.
Yes. Well, it's on the history, so I want to know, do people even believe in it or not? So I like to kind of post questions
Do
and
you?
information.
Kai?
Do
you believe in witchcraft?
I think so.
Tell us
I think
more.
so.
Tell us more.
And
Tell us more.
but I also have to say, okay, so what I want to say is, which I talk, I'm kind of starting to learn more about too, is what I say is about the power of the mind. We have way more power over things than we realize. And certain people can just tap into it more, but you can always be taught to. And it's up to you,
Okay.
and I think I look at it as ways of life and success, not just, spooky stuff. How about how to progress? How about how to get more financially stable? Things like that. It's all about practice. So I think of that when I think of witchcraft and things like that too. And I want to know if people think it's evil or do they think that it was for good? Because I think originally it started out as good. And I know I'm talking fast, but a lot of people always say female, female, female when it comes to witches. When it's a male, they call them a warlock. But the very first witch ever known in Americas was a man, and he was an Indian man. So it was a very different story, like with him, and I've never heard it. So I may go back in and talk more about that if people want to see more specifics, because it may be pretty interesting to some other people too.
Hold on one second. Now, they didn't refer to that Indian as a quote-unquote witch. Wasn't he more so a spiritual leader? I forget. What was the term? It wasn't witch.
He was, well, you could say that though, but I guess it depends on the practices. But when I went to the library, that's where I learned more about him, and he was known as a witch. But then again, so weren't many other women. They were believed to be a witch, but they would call you a witch, and that's what they called him, was a witch.
Okay. Now, folks,
but it's interesting.
Stay with me. Don't rush, girl. I'm sipping this wine. Stay with me. Folks, in my live chat, I'm putting the link to Kai's YouTube channel, and I'm going to, when the show's over, if not tonight, tomorrow morning, post the link to your new video. Okay. I just printed this out. Witch history and some secrets. # Happy Halloween. Okay. So now, do you delve into witchcraft, sorcery, voodoo, or something like
Study
that?
it.
Really?
Have I studied it? Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, it's in the reference section of the library. Everything I'm talking about is in the reference section. It's in the nonfiction.
Girl,
I mean, not just to you, but people that talk, like when I hear people talk about things, I'm like, the more you go to the source, you have more to go off of. Instead of just saying, oh, well, it's like, yeah, but why would it be here? And honestly, what sparked my interest more into witches and more facts is watching the movie called The Witch, and it felt real. It didn't feel like other movies I watched. I really like horror. I really, really like horror movies. But this one felt like something was more to it, and it just kept tapping me like, dig into this, see what's really going on with it. And as soon as I did, that's when I came across the Trials of Salem from Salem, Massachusetts. So it was a lot of witch hysteria going on in the Northeast in America and other countries. So I add some of that into the video as well as, some of that.
Have you ever read the Satanic Bible? You ever read that?
No.
1969, yeah. I read that in 1983. The Satanic Bible. Now, when we speak about witchcraft and so on and so forth,
Bible.
Satanic Bible, 1969.
I'm writing it down.
Anton LaVey. Can you Google it? I think it was Anton LaVey. Anyway. I lost my train of thought here. Satanic Bible, witchcraft. Okay, so Demonology by King James.
Yes, Anton LaVey.
Yeah. I think it's LaVey. I'm not sure. Anyway, King James the First, right, wrote Demonology prior to the Bible. Yes, it's about witchcraft.
Possibly. What year did you just say?
Well, the Satanic Bible was 1969, if I'm not mistaken. I could be off, but no.
Okay.
What'd you find?
Nope, you're right. It is 1969. Nope, you're right. You were right.
Okay,
1969.
Yeah.
I talk a little bit about where it has in the Bible from like BC to like before Christ.
But
with King Saul.
King James the First put out a pivotal book, but prior to revising the Bible with his scholars, called Demonology. He believed in casting out spirits and demons and witchcraft. King James the First. You know that? No?
Okay. Some of that I'm not that familiar with.
Okay.
Nope.
Well,
I was way still.
Folks, hang on with folks. We talking witchcraft and Wicca. Yeah, demonology. Let me Google demonology. King James the First. Oh, can you Google it? 17 or 16, I forget.
Yeah.
Demonology book, King James the First. What'd you find? What year did that come out? $1597.
King James published 1597 edition Demonology.
There's a PDF file somewhere you can just you don't even have to order it. The fuck is that? King James believed in casting out spirits and boiling people.
Yeah, and the witches were known to boil babies.
Yes.
But you know what's crazy though? It really
hang on. You see,
it's like beyond witch.
Hang on my path to atheism. You see, I didn't become an atheist because of some fucking hardship or something happened and made me mad or I didn't hit the lottery. No, I had a rational awakening. I had a Jamaican girl because I couldn't understand the old English of demonology. This Jamaican girl, I've told the story before, and she could fucking read that shit. We're sitting in goddamn Bryant Park, 1984, sniffing coke, and she's reading demonology. I said, "Holy shit!" I said, "I gotta get the fuck away from religion." Anyway, when you get time, there's a PDF file, and maybe that will go along with what you're saying. But I want to make sure that I'm promoting you. Guys, I'm talking to Kai, KIYNY007 on YouTube. I'm going to put her information in my live chat again. And your banner is still in my, at the end of the show with the jazz music, just so you know. Okay, Kai?
All right, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Go ahead and tell us what else about your channel that we need to know, because I'm going to take a break and come back and keep talking.
Okay. So if y'all want to come, I'll be live. Put a spell on Star. No,
Thank you.
No, but I appreciate it. And your cousin Marcy, she's really good too. Just talking about networking really quick.
Yeah.
Because you have a good group of sponsors. I feel like we all come from like all kind of different backgrounds.
Thank you.
And you're more than worth it to gain a sponsorship with your channel. Nice. My numbers are doing good.
Great.
I hit like a rough spot, and I was like, I could use some help here.
Yeah.
And like, sure thing. Like, you just really, your channel just really helps me so much, and a certain level of confidence too. That it's kind of hard to explain, but
Nice.
In time, you'll get it back. Everything you do
you.
is, I know it's going to come back to you. So
I will
post
your new. I will post your new video. If not tonight, tomorrow morning at the top of the community section. So make sure you leave a comment and let's drive that traffic over your page. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kai. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye, troll babies.
Okay. Bye.
Peace.
Brooklyn Giggles, I see you. What's popping? Brooklyn Giggles.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Sir, where are you chiming in tonight? DJ Envy cooperating. Where are you chiming in?
Yeah, I've got to talk about the 50 thing, but Star, man, I get you don't believe in God, and I get that, but man, you got Hocus Pocus on the line? I was like, what's going on with this show? Where's the show going?
Hang on, I have to correct you, sir. I have to correct you. The proper way to say that is, I do not subscribe to the theory of God.
Yes, sir.
You can't say I don't believe in God as if there's something to believe in or disbelieve in. It's a theory. You support the theory. I don't. Go ahead.
You don't support the theory. I understand that,
but
don't go to the dark side, man. Stay away from those black girls that do dark magic. Like, stay away from those type of things.
Whoa. Well, now, hang on a second. Hang on. In order for me to reach the position of a rational awakening, I had to go through religion, many different forms of religion, and study religion, and get an understanding of what people, what they feel to be a position of enlightenment or comfort. You see, that's how I reached my point of atheism. It wasn't because of some fucking tragedy or somebody died a tragic death and I was sad. No. A rational awakening. Go ahead.
I hear you, sir. I hear you. Okay, I wanted to talk about the 50 thing. Look, man, 50 has been clowning Puffy for like 10 years. Probably even longer.
Okay.
Like, they have that history where, he tried to sign 50 to Bad Boy years ago, but because someone had closed the door aggressively, 50 had pulled out a gun, and, Diddy was like looking at 50 like, this is not someone I could sign. So they got history. But
wasn't that a rumor? Wasn't that a rumor?
No, it wasn't a rumor. 50 confirmed it on Behind the Music on VH1. He confirmed that.
Go ahead.
So the thing is, 50 has been constantly trolling Diddy, but Diddy allows it. He doesn't even like flinch when 50 do any of these things. But if it was like some type of newcomer artist that was to troll Diddy like that, you better believe that Diddy's gonna do something about it. Definitely. If that was academics talking crazy about Diddy, you better believe Diddy's gonna do something. But it's 50. 50 has been in the game for years. He has a large fan base. He's a multimillionaire. I don't think it's a big deal that 50 continues to clown him or troll him, because Diddy at this point allows it. He's just not gonna allow any other person to do it to him.
Well, 50's got money, number one. Number two, and I don't say this to be disrespectful, he's a stupid nigga like myself. And you see, when a person is stupid, you can't measure their stupidity. You understand? You can't measure their stupidity because sometimes they do things for self-gratification, or sometimes they do things for stupid reasons. And I think he understands that about 50. So he chooses to just say, I don't know why he says what he says about me, yada, 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 but I'm brother love, yada, yada, yada. He really don't want no smoke with 50. I heard him say that out of his own mouth. Go ahead.
Yeah, because he knows he can't beat him. Because look, I get where you're coming from, but there's video of Diddy reacting to people that are not even on his level, disrespecting him. Like when Diddy was the Joker for Halloween, and he was approaching the actor from Power, try to confront.
I saw that.
Was,
I saw that
exactly. Yeah. You saw how Diddy was acting.
What's up, baby? I'm really like that. I saw it. I'm really like that, nigga. What's up? You don't got no love for Brother Love? What's up, nigga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a moment, I thought that really was the Joker because he really was in character. But that's the Puff Daddy that we know, the passive aggressive individual. And I think that because it's 50, he lets him slide because he's not going to step up to 50 or whatever. Like, come on, this is the same Diddy that knocked Kevin Lyles with a freaking champagne bottle. Like, come on, man. Like, we know.
Steve Stout. Get your story right. Steve Stout.
Steve Stout.
Not Kevin Lyles.
Excuse me. My apologies. Now,
hang on a second, Brooklyn Giggles. And Rory said he wants to talk to you. I don't know what that's about, but
okay.
I real recognizes real. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Diddy can be a loose cannon. And that's why he and I eventually, we vibed. We had a little speed bump, but it never got physical. We were up in each other's faces and people were in between us. But we finally decided, hey, this nigga's crazy, I'm crazy. Maybe it's better for both of us to just, be cool. And I respect that about him. But now with regards to 50, I forgot that Diddy, I don't know if he smashed 50's baby's moms, but, that can be a violation of sorts. If you smash my baby's moms, nigga, it's up for real, or forever. What do you say?
Listen, all that is cap because when Cassie was getting tapped, when she was getting her ass tapped by Diddy's old physical trainer, he didn't even do anything. He actually congratulated them when he found out that his old fitness trainer married Cassie. And I'm like, damn, that was a dude that was basically having an affair.
But you don't know at what point he was smashing her, and you don't know if at that point Diddy was done with her. You see, it's different.
This was all reported, Star. This was all reported in hip-hop media.
Either way,
I mean,
hang on. Either way, and I'm not trying to say I'm right, but either way, if she has my seed, that's different. I don't give a fuck about a bitch that I used to smash and you now smashing her. Nigga, that's my seed's mother. Fuck is you doing, nigga? It's different, Brooklyn Giggles. It's different. That's my child's mother.
That nigga is passive. No, that nigga picks and chooses his battles. That's really...
Rory, can we speak one at a time without yelling? Rory, you want to talk to Brooklyn Giggles? What's cracking? It's cracking. Late night.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? What's up, Giggles? Why you call yourself Brooklyn, man? You're not from Brooklyn. Where you get that whole Brooklyn thing from?
Is that why
it is right there. You a giggler. You should call yourself the giggler when you call in. You should be like, hey, Star, this the giggler. This the goofy giggler. You know what I'm saying? Drop the Brooklyn, man. You not Brooklyn. Everybody can tell you not from Brooklyn. You never been from Brooklyn. Drop the Brooklyn from your name. Just call yourself the giggler.
Yeah, but everyone knows that. All the trolls already know that. They already figured me out. You're late to the party. So
that's corny as hell. That's corny as hell. That's like, why don't you call yourself the Compton giggler? Ain't nothing funny about Brooklyn. The fuck? See what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm enjoying this. Just keep talking, man. I'm enjoying this. I got nothing for you, Rory. I'm enjoying this. Go ahead.
I'm sure you ain't got nothing for me, man. And you sound stupid as hell. Talking about 50 did this to Diddy and 50 did that. Diddy don't give a fuck about a bitch that helped him work out. You think he's like Nino Brown. Diddy's the real deal. He'll cancel a bitch, pour champagne over her ass, and tell her, go ahead, go with 50, play. You know what I'm saying? That's how fake you are, man. Your Brooklyn Giggles name is as fake as your commentary, man.
Oh, shit.
You don't know nothing. Diddy is a billionaire.
Yeah, we already know
Vegas and shit.
We already know this, but you don't even...
Rory repping FBA tonight. Let's go, Rory. Let's go.
You say he's FBA.
No, Canada's not from Brooklyn.
I can't believe that.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even... What train you used to take when you would live in Brooklyn, man? What train you used to take? What was your local train, man?
Rory, the troll baby's already established that I'm not from Brooklyn. Like, what are we talking about?
Why you keep using that shit as your name? That's wild as hell. That's corny as hell.
Not as wild
if you lived in New York, we would call you a herb.
Not as wild as you getting head from a cranny Rick Spears.
Oh, shit.
Not as wild as that.
Just be a giggler.
Oh, shit.
Just be a giggler, man.
And just be yourself.
Okay, hang on, Rory. Hold on a second, Brooklyn.
Rory,
hold on. Rory, hold on. Hang on. Brooklyn Giggles. He had a comeback. What was your comeback, Brooklyn Giggles? He had a comeback.
Be yourself, gay boy. Go back to dating trannies that look like Britney Spears. You talking about I'm wild? Who the fuck does that shit? Talking about I was drunk. Nigga, no, you weren't drunk. You were sober as hell when you got
I
here.
said I was drunk. I said I was coked out for 3 days.
Fuck out.
I said I was coked out for 3 days.
Go ahead.
I said I was coked out for 3 days. You ain't never did coke either. Just like you ain't from Brooklyn, you never did coke either, right?
I don't need to do coke because I don't need to
There you go. There you go. You a nerd, man. You a nerd. You don't know nothing about that. You a nerd, man.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you a nerd. You don't know nothing about that. You probably took a hit off of weed and started giggling a little bit and figured you.
Oh shit! I got an email from the credit dude. Oh shit! Hold on.
So let me get this straight.
I should do corny as hell.
So I should do cocaine.
Where the fuck you from? Nigeria? You from Nigeria or some shit?
So I should do cocaine so I could be like you and end up getting head by a tranny by accident. Nah, I'm good, homie.
Shit.
I'm good on that.
Dude, you ain't from Brooklyn,
Listen,
and you ain't you ain't nothing like that. You a gagger.
We already established.
That's what you are. You should call yourself a
We
gagger.
already established I'm not from Brooklyn.
Crime Skills, sit tight. I see you. Crime Skills, sit tight. You're up next.
We
Crime
already
Skills.
established I'm not from Brooklyn. So what are we talking about here?
Okay.
You're the one that's confused. You're the one confused.
Why would you put that in your name?
That's just his name.
You're the one
That's
confused.
just his name.
Why don't you call yourself Alaska? Why don't you call yourself Alaska giggler?
You don't even know if you're
the Nigerian giggler.
You don't
Why
even know if
the
you're straight or
Nigerian
not.
gigglers call it in? Come on, man.
You don't even know
There's
if
too
you're
many real motherfuckers from Brooklyn that call in, that know what they're talking about.
Go and support the LGBTQ, nigga.
That's
Go and support the LGBTQ.
A Brooklyn giggler. Get the fuck out of here.
The credit dude, call me tomorrow. I sent you my number. The credit dude, I sent you my direct number. Let's talk tomorrow.
Get your gay ass off the phone. Continue to get head from Britney Spears lookalike.
Ain't nobody gay, nigga.
This nigga Star is a fucking rat.
That's gay. You got all the kids. You talking about everybody's relationship.
How do you sleep at night?
Come on, man. You talking about a 50 Cent relationship with different women.
And what do you care about it?
Guys.
Who the fuck knows that?
Fuck out
That's
of here.
a bunch of gay dudes.
Go back to Ireland, nigga. Fuck out of here.
I'm not from there.
Back to
I'm
Ireland.
not from there. I'm not
Back
from
to
there.
Ireland.
I'm from the Bronx. I'm not from Ireland.
All right, guys, I have to get back to the show. I have to get back to the show, guys.
How you know?
All right, hold on.
How you know which guys went out with which girls?
Oh, shit.
How you know which guys went out with
Okay,
which girls?
Rory, hold on a sec. Hold on, Rory.
How you know all that?
Rory, hold on. Brooklyn Giggles is saying SMD. He wants to smoke now. What's cracking? Let's go.
Yeah, well, real motherfuckers in New York know there's two things you don't say on the phone unless you're in front of another man.
He just said it. Hang on.
Now,
Rory, hold on. Hold on.
Suck my dick.
Right.
Suck my dick. I said it twice. Suck my dick. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Shit.
What you gonna do?
Keep saying
The show is going somewhere else now. Just give me a second, guys.
Right. So
What you gonna
everybody
do?
who's
Suck my
listening,
dick.
okay. So everybody
said it
who's
5
listening
times.
knows.
6
Everybody
times.
who's
Suck my
listening
dick.
knows
Suck
that that's
my
sucker shit.
dick.
You don't
What
say
gonna
that
do?
to another man.
What
unless
you
you
gonna
say.
do?
All right, guys.
Suck my
you
dick,
suck,
Rory.
man. You
Thank you,
suck.
guys. Thank you, guys. Okay. I let them speak. Okay, let me get Brooklyn Giggles off the line. And Rory, thank you so much, Rory. You appreciate it. Weeks, I got your donation. Well, let me go to Crime Skills first. Good evening, Crime Skills. You there, sir? Crime Skills. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you, man? Good to hear from you.
Nice. I'm gonna sponsor that show, but that show that you had on 20 minutes ago that spoke on that was on the topic about witchcraft and you're learning on demonology and stuff like that. I want to talk about it. I think like next week, you could pick a date, but I don't even want to get tonight's show. Oh, you're right. You're like, you gotta laugh. I'm like, yeah. I was listening to her. I was listening to her, and I'm here, and I'm like, it's. I put it like this. Like I said, I'm gonna sponsor a show, but I'm going to be on this. This is my topic. Okay, I wanna reveal to black people certain things, and because from what I'm hearing, Shorty don't even have a clue what she's doing and what she's getting.
Well, now hang on a second. Crime Skills. She is a sponsor, so I don't want to take any shots at her. We were just having a conversation, and I absorbed demonology back in the 80s, and
yes.
And again, not to be redundant, but in order to arrive at my rational awakening of atheism, I had to research. And that beautiful, beautiful Jamaican goddess, she was a fucking goddess. Her vocabulary was crazy. She could pronounce and enunciate certain words that I couldn't, So she was literally reading demonology to me. You're familiar with the Old English, yes?
Yes, sir. And that book, Demonology, yes. I remember the first time I heard you mention that, right. I actually went on to Google.
Okay.
And I started reading.
Well, hang on. If I can just say this, if I can just finish up and say this. So I had to get an understanding of what it is that I was soon going to be denouncing. You follow me? So the young lady who called in earlier, she's a sponsor. I don't want to say anything negative about her. She put up a new video. I'm going to promote her video. But, just if you guys want to talk, give her some time to do the research. She's a sponsor. So I respect and I don't let people attack my sponsors. But anything else you want to say? You have the floor. Go ahead.
I would never in no shape, way, or form disrespect her. But like I said, when she's ready for that and you're ready for that, I'm going to school her on what she's doing. That's just that. I'm going to, and real talk, like real talk. I'm going to. The thing with a lot of people is like I said, I'm gonna sponsor it. Tonight's show is not even about that, and I'm not even gonna. I don't want to steer it there. But when I heard the topic came up, I was like, nah. I gotta get involved in this. And like I said, when the time is ready, next week, just give me a date. I will sponsor that show. And I need her. Her name is Kai. I need her back on the line.
Wait a minute.
That day.
Okay, hang on.
All right?
Hang on. She's in the live chat right now. She says, first, not from Brooklyn. Giggling now. This dude trying. Okay, Kai, do you want to call back in or should we just do it next week? I don't know what her area code is. Hold on a second. This might be Kai right here. Hold on a second. Kai, is that you? Area code 707. Is that Kai?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Brooklyn Giggles, please. Pardon me. Crime Skills, please be respectful. It's one of my sponsors. Kai.
It's okay.
Good evening, Kai.
It's okay. I'm with it all. I'm with it all. Y'all not.
One at a time.
Y'all not going to be ready.
One at a time. Let Kai speak first.
What's up, though? Why y'all got to come on after me trying to take shots at my knowledge, which I always say is that I'm learning and it's like a work in progress.
Right.
The best teachers are the best people that learn will know that you'll never know everything. Right. There's never enough time to learn everything, but I'm someone that takes a lot of time and I do my research and I always bring receipts and I use great, reliable resources. So what's your deal, dude?
It's not my deal. I'm listening to you when
what's your issue? However you want to terminize it. What's up?
You're fascinated with it and you don't understand what you're getting into. That's when I listen to you speak, it seems you fascinated and you all like it's cool or it's good in it. There's no good in it. There's no good in what you're studying. Like I could tell you the origin of what you're studying. Are you ready? Do you want to know?
First of all, some of the origin was good. It's like you can take something and you can create it to make it more evil. You can create it in a sense that you're being greedy. Just like money is cool. They say it's a root to all evil. No, it's not. It's if you cherish it too much. So with any power or resources we have, it's what you do with it. But you saying like you know everything, I love to get schooled. But for you to come up here like you just know everything or know so much, I doubt it.
Know everything, but listen to what I'm about.
Works.
It's not.
You don't know everything.
It's not. Listen, it's not. I'm coming off as if I know everything. I've been studying this. I'm age 40. I woke up at age 33. So I've been studying these things for the past 7 years. Hard body. I could tell you the origin of how that. At first, it did. Just the same way how you is, like you sound when I listen. At first, but I said I've been studying these things for the past 7 years. So at first I was when I was told about it until I got to really learn really what's going on and how it came into existence on this planet. And that's what I want you to know.
Can I jump in for a second, guys? Because I don't think that we had. There's no argument here.
Definitely not.
I'm sorry, Star.
Crime
I just
skills?
wanted to just pop back up because this is the second guy back to back that just has something to say.
Okay.
And what it is I'm being sponsored. Like so.
Right.
Star is like helping my channel, and then y'all have to keep coming cutting like, yo, don't deal with her.
No.
I
didn't say
that.
I would never say that. Guys, hold on, guys.
I didn't say that.
I'm not gonna let that
You're
happen.
still not listening.
I'm not. But now, Crime Skills. Can I ask you to go to Kai's channel, contact her there. I don't want to do this here right now. Kai is my sponsor.
Yeah, I'll let you go, but you're absolutely right. You can come there and do it. Like, you ain't going to get sorcerized over there.
Yeah,
it's just
go to
conversation,
Kai's channel,
and that's part of what I would
and
enjoy.
you guys have a great conversation. And then let's come back and let's promote Kai's channel. I don't want to do any type of arguing. I'm promoting her. So let's end it on that note. Crime Skills, thank you for calling in, but
all right,
please
thank you, Star.
check
Thank
out
you so
Kai.
much.
And Kai, thank you for calling back. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Peace.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay. My sponsors are very dear to me. Hold on a second. Thank you, Crime Skills. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on a second. All right. Hold on. Whew. Rashawn Casey, a.k.a. DJ Envy. He's working with the authorities. Caesar, in my opinion, you should reach out. Not that I'm trying to help you. No. But with regards to Rashawn Casey, you may want to sue him and iHeart. Your ass is in a sling. That's an old saying. Your ass is in a sling. The lawsuits. There's more lawsuits coming. You've got to find an out. And I think by you suing DJ Envy and iHeart, they may then step in and then pay some of the people who are suing you. Does that make sense, Troll Babies? Does that make sense? Caesar needs to pull the trigger now on Envy. Before he sues you. And he's considering it. I got the call. Area code 510.
Nguyen.
510.
Yes, hi, Star.
Hey.
Pizza.
Hey, who's this?
This is Nguyen. How are you?
Hey, lady, how are you? Thank you for your patience. Where do you want to start?
I thought we were getting at the end of the night. People are getting stupid, so I just say pizza, for Caesar Pizza. And plus, when I was listening to Rory's conversation, I swear to God, I consider myself an intelligent woman. I think I lost a brain cell. Anyway.
Come on.
Okay. So, I want to just mention, you were talking about, is it culture related to people flipping houses?
Yeah.
I want to mention two things.
Come on.
I grew up in a time where I think there's a vacuum in our culture because for so long it was about the church or it was about the mosque, or they were really right, and those institutions were there primarily because they were the only kind of outlets, right, for social and all these spiritual, cultural. And no one's going to church now. For the most part, it's gone down in terms of young adults. But when I was growing up, my mother would also force me to go volunteer for family, and I would be working at my uncle owned he and his wife owned multiple houses, and boy, they were getting ripped off. This was happening, so I knew that it wasn't easy. Just a lot of things going on, right? Okay. I think now you think about how much the internet has opened for the world, right? And the lack of understanding kids have around, who is this person, right? So now people have access to technology. They can scam faster. Just everything has multiplied. Yes. But I think it's society overall because, and I agree with that woman that was talking about HGTV, right? People want the fast fix, whether it's creating a blog, whether it's getting on TikTok, right? You're going to do the best dance. Right. Everything is without value to some extent, and it's also thought hey, how do I get this quickly, right? Good point. Good point. People come up. Good point. And so I think it's cultural to America. And not even, I can go further than that, right? You think about also our Nigerian brothers and sisters, doing the get-rich-quick schemes and stuff. So I think it's... and Ghana. Hello, shout out to Ghana.
Tread lightly because I don't consider myself to be anyone's brother, but tread lightly. Go ahead.
Wait, you don't consider yourself what?
Anybody's brother. But go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm sorry, Star. I forgot you had some triggers.
It's not a trigger, but I have to set the record straight.
I know. What is that? What is it?
I don't support tribalism. If we don't share the same ideology or philosophy, no, we're not brothers. No, absolutely not. But go ahead. And when you speak, go ahead, Judy.
Okay. So yeah, I just think that I think those are my thoughts. And I think now to go to 50 Cent, he's crazy. I mean, I really think he's funny, but I think some of it is, and I've read some of his book and I've heard some of his interviews, and I feel like he's really accomplished a lot, but I feel like sometimes we people generally can really get caught up in our trauma and just spew it all over the place and not even know. And I think 50 has a lot of trauma and PTSD and stuff like that, but I think he's funny. Some of his things funny. Some of it is I kind of cringe.
Now, hang on a second. You said you read his book? You read his book?
I read some of it, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I listened to the audio. I don't know. Some people don't.
Is it 50 reading, something? Is it 50 Laws of Power? It was a ripoff of 48 Laws of Power. It's a ripoff. Come on, let's keep it real. Come on.
Well, no. You know what's interesting is he becomes very vulnerable in some aspects about his son, right? Like the disconnect with his son.
I don't have kids, so honestly, I don't give a shit about that. Tell me about No. Tell me about whatever the 50 Laws of Power are, because I'm going to be so honest with you. I've been a reader all my life, and if someone reads one book and then they say, "Yo, it's great, it's a good book, you got to read it," I'm saying, well, okay, what makes it a good book? Did you apply the knowledge?
Oh,
reading a book and then applying the knowledge. Hang on.
Go ahead.
That's something totally different from reading a book and then you found it to be entertaining. If it's a book about philosophy or ideology, or something to that degree, and the person who says, yo, it's a good book, I always say, well, did you apply the knowledge? What makes it a good book to you? So again, tell me about his ideology. And no disrespect, I'm not interested in hearing about vulnerability and kids. Tell me about the 50 laws of power.
Well,
please.
what I found interesting about the book is that he was very self-aware. And you don't always find that. But the thing about it is, I feel like he has these moments, polarity, right? Where one side is he's completely aware of his background, what happened, the trauma he faced, and this and this and this, how it impacts his life, and so how he moves differently, right?
Baby, with all due respect, I don't give a shit about a nigga from Queens who came up in the fucking slums. I'm not from the slums. Tell me about the 50 laws of power.
You didn't let me finish, though.
Well, no, come on. I ain't got all night. Tell me about
because I was talking about
laws of power.
Two sides, right? Two sides of the story. There's that. Then there's him in real life where he goes off on people that sort of discredits that. But I think it's still. I think he's a work in progress. Yeah. I don't really take him seriously. Okay, I don't watch Power.
All right, so it sounds like a bullshit book. But thank you. It's a bullshit book. Listen, if you can't tell me the goddamn ideology of the philosophy, and it's just about his life, hang on, it's just about his life, it's a bullshit book. I'll let you finish up, though, okay?
But sorry, listen, don't you read fiction? Do you read fiction?
I'm not reading about a nigga from Queens, Southside Queens, up in Baisley.
No, but you're talking about
of Rochdale Village. I don't give a fuck, ma. Come on, finish up. Don't work my nerve. Finish up.
You say you only read to apply.
Okay, let's get her out of here. Whew. I thank you for the donation, darling. Thank you, but just sound like she's sipping that Alizé, Not tonight. We talking about Rashawn Casey. Run, Envy, run, girl. They're coming. It's Wednesday night. Hang on a second. Folks, make sure you put respect on Tony the Closer's name. Woo! Tony the Closer is lit right now. He's up on TMZ. That nigga's live on IG. How many times a day does Tony the Closer go live? He's doing the damn thing. Yes, he is. Hold on a second. Cousin Marcy, sit tight. You're up next. Cousin Marcy, sit tight. Okay. Sir Shy, got your donation. Luke Caney shared his baboon stew with Rory. What the fuck? Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Whew. Hold on a second. Okay. Thank you, Blade. Rory is here. Okay. Thank you, Rory. You see, Rory sends donations. He's not just calling in the fucking. Okay, Terry, are you calling in? What area code, Terry? What area code? You got to say, yo, I'm on the line, star. Cousin Marcy, are you there? Good evening. Area code 909. Hey, girl.
Yes. Hey, sir. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. On the screen, is the spelling correct?
Everything looks perfect, though. Thank you so much.
Come on.
The new banner, looking awesome. Thank you to, sorry, my girls are so thankful. Thank you to everybody that already placed their order. I hope they're contacting you about, if the deal that you had going on. You are, because you don't believe in that, but a cent. So we just over here having to re-up and get your orders in, people. The holidays is coming, and I'm just looking forward to everything. But y'all is lit, fit, too legit to quit tonight. I need to hook up with
hang on. So now tell us about the candles. That's your daughter. Where is your daughter?
Yes.
Where's your daughter at?
Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna be truthful. Okay, They're shy. They're all in the living room hiding. I told them I was about to call.
Okay.
Can I put them on the line?
Yeah, come on. We want to hear from her. Just she doesn't have to talk long. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy, but we want to hear about her.
You don't have to talk long. Here is one of the faces of Normani Candles. Here's Cameron. Go ahead, Cameron. Let's go. Come on. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, Cameron.
Hello, I'm Cameron.
Hey, Cameron. How are you?
He said, "How are you?"
Okay.
I'm doing good. And yourself? How about you?
All right. So now you're part of the company with regards to the candles. You make them. You package them. What is it that you do?
Correct. I do it all. I help make them. I help package them. I help make the labels.
Nice.
I do it all.
Okay. Well, we're here to promote you, and thank you so much for being available, okay?
Of course. Thank you for doing what you do.
Okay. All right. Cousin Marcy, you there? You there, Marcy?
I'm still here. So
okay.
Yeah, they're not ghosting the wind. They just really shy when they get off their normal jobs. They come home and if they have to make orders.
Nice.
They do that. But my girls do everything. Like she said, they make the labels. Everything is handmade, hand poured candles. When you go to the website, you all can see it right there. And also when you all see me in the chat.
Marcy, can you come a little closer? It sounds like you're fading away. Can you come a little closer to the phone?
Is that better, Sarge? Is that better?
Go ahead. There you go.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Also, on my page, I also promote them. I put the videos up where you can actually kind of see the process where they're like, making the scents, hand pouring them. And the question that you asked me last week is so interesting that you had her on today because yes, that is something that I'm looking to delve into or to get them into, just to doing a little bit more research when it comes to the personalization of candles, but not.
Can you remind me, because I don't remember what we spoke about last week? Can you remind me what I
said? You asked me what you were speaking to my girl Kai about. I said I got to hook up with Kai. I got some research that I need to do with her as well. So, about the Wicca and things like that.
Kai just posted a really good video. And Kai, I just reposted your video to the top of the community section. So, so you guys are in contact. You guys are in contact. Okay.
Yay. Okay, so I'm going to check that out. And, yes, I guess I'll definitely be here if the debate goes down. But
before you go, Cousin Marcy, before you go,
yes, sir.
DJ Envy, do you want to see him in handcuffs? What are your thoughts? Allegations of scamming. It's up right now. NBC, Yahoo News, TMZ. It's shine time on the nigga. What are your thoughts?
It's shine time on him. I seen him this morning. It's like I woke up to that bull crap, but nothing is like waking up to the bull crap of somebody that you're giving your money to, your hard-earned money, and they're just throwing it away and down the toilet like somebody got time for that bull. So, you're going to cry and you're going to do that. But what I like to watch, Star, is I watch kind of like the outer layers of things. And I've been watching his co-host. I ain't going to say his name. I'm going to say the show name, nothing like that. But he's sitting up there talking like, well, why don't you just tell the truth? On his Instagram post, he's been doing that for like a week or so.
Okay, I'm not sure who you're talking about, but listen, feel free
to say. I'm talking about Charlemagne.
Okay. Lesser charge.
Yeah.
You mean lesser charge?
Right. So maybe he just took his advice and told the truth, but between him and Keith, I don't know. I'm here for the book. I want tell Negro.
We want the bullshit. We want the bullshit. Yes, we do.
It's not easy out here. It's not easy out here.
Okay.
So while you up here with this farce and this facade and your HBCU and all this other stuff, you think these kids don't see that stuff that you doing? That's the most wackest, horriblest example. And then you own somewhere where people get to hear your voice and see your face every single. He looks guilty than a mother sucker.
Okay. Marcy, I have to take other calls. I thank you for chiming in, and keep me posted on your sales on the candles. Let's get you back on the line soon, all right?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Star.
Thank you. Bye now. Okay. Bye. Cousin Marcy tapping in. Guys, on the screen, Skylar Saunders. Okay, make sure you Check out Skylar's new content. Support him. Okay. Skylar's putting out daily content. Daily content, all right? And I think David is tapping in. Hold on a second. From Canada. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm doing a lot right now. Okay, that was Cousin Marcy. Earl, got your donation. I wonder who Envy's boyfriend will be in the feds. I don't know. Okay, and thank you, Marcy. We spoke. I got your donation. David, where's David? Are you tapping in? A lot of sponsors calling in tonight, and that's a great thing. Folks, if you want to be a sponsor, reach out. I always have time for sponsors. David, is that you, sir? On a Thursday, or actually, Thursday morning now. It was.
Yeah. Hey, Star. How's it going?
Hey, man. What's cracking?
David DiCordova. I'm calling you from Toronto.
Let me get your information on the screen, man. What's cracking? What's shaking?
Awesome.
Pow. There you go.
Awesome. No, just listening to the show. Really interesting tonight. I'd heard like a little bit of conversation about the whole witchcraft thing. I found that to be interesting. A lot of the fellas were kind of taken aback by that. I don't know why, though, but
come on,
seems like an interesting conversation to have. Because, I would ask respectfully to the lady, like, I want to know if she.
Well, she's not on the line. Hang on a second. Kai is not on the line.
Oh, sorry.
You guys can call. You guys can get on the line another day, or go to her channel. She just
for sure.
In my community section at the top of the page, there's a link to her new video. It's about witchcraft. Please go there. Tell her I sent you. Okay.
No, I definitely would like to check that out because I think it's interesting. I like the different genres, different information. Like it's all good. It's all healthy to absorb like different information. So.
Yeah, but now what is your belief? You are a believer, yes? Believer?
Definitely, yeah. I'm a believer, but see a lot of what I do is just like with like symbolism. So I look at things like in a symbolic way because I think the majority of information that we absorb, that we take in, I think it's of a coded nature. So I think like a lot of things are coded, like even like with the whole thing with like the witchcraft stuff, I always felt like it was like sexual manipulation because I look at like a broomstick as a phallic symbol, which represents like the penis of a man. And then the broomstick is utilized to like achieve.
Easy, but let's not go in that direction. That's a little weird.
Oh, shoot.
So now, David, who is your Messiah? Who is your Messiah? You say you're a believer. Who is your Messiah?
I don't really have one, to be honest. Yeah, because
David.
Yeah.
If you are a believer, you have a Messiah. Come on.
See,
David.
I believe in God.
David.
But yeah, I know that's a big part of the tradition.
An atheist, a strong non-believer in the theory of God is asking you, who is your Messiah, sir? If you fall down and you sob to the unknown, surely.
I love when you say that.
Surely you have a Messiah. Yes?
Because Messiah means God's anointed king, or God's appointed king. So it's like rulership. So it relates to government, who's in charge. And then some people take it.
Who's in charge of you? Who's in charge of you?
Well, I think it's a relationship it's a co-relationship between God and myself, right? So that's the thing when you make room for a higher power. I know, like when you say, "Oh, you have no room for the theory of God," so it's more you as the.
Never mind me, David. Never mind me.
Oh shoot!
Who?
And that's a very empowering position.
Or what? Oh. Or what is your Messiah?
Like I said, like I guess my king would just be God, like just the higher power. That's what I believe in. Hello?
I'm here. I'm not doubting you because listen, I can't, disprove what you claim to believe. I'm
But
just
But
asking. Just asking.
Yeah. But I believe that God on earth is called man, and man in heaven is called God. I believe that, it's more of an empowering position. So that's why I say the whole concept, the Son of God is the God of the Son. And that's why I say these stories that were given to us, we've misconstrued them because they were never taught properly. These are all empowerment pieces. These are all manuals and instructions. These are blueprints on how to reach your higher self.
Okay.
But I think it's become convoluted, and we've missed the message, because when you're reading the story of Jesus, the Son of God, you're supposed to really be seeing yourself. And that's why he said, I call ye now sons of God, because it was more of a training institution. He took those 12 men and he discipled them. He taught them. He trained them. And then he says, hey, now you're just like me. So the whole initiation process, when he broke the bread, had the 12 men at the table and said, now, guess what? You graduate now. You made it to the next level. Now I go back to being God, and you start being me on earth. But they never taught it properly. It's all empowerment, how to reach your highest potential or your highest spiritual self. So instead of worshiping Jesus, you were actually supposed to become the Jesus. And that's the part people miss. You were supposed to become the character in the story. And that's why people are powerless down here, because they never they never did what the book intended it for it to do.
Living your life in a Christ-like manner, yes?
Definitely. The morality aspect is part of it as well. But the self-awareness and like you can derive your self-worth, self-empowerment by knowing that you are God in the flesh. Or I think Professor Griff, he said, God having a human experience called whatever your name is. So that's very important.
If I can interject, now you are a sponsor, so I want to be respectful, but at the same time,
for sure.
At the same time, that all of that is hogwash to me. It's a beautiful book of folklore. It's fucking beautiful.
That it is.
It's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But now
that I agree with you on.
No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But now, before you go, before you go, tell us about the spirit that consumes you and compels you. You see, all the book and the scriptures, that's cute.
Yeah.
But the spirit that compels you and moves you and takes over your body and gets you speaking in the tongues. Tell us about that, man. You want to impress me? Tell me about that.
What I will say about that, all I can say is that when you look at African voodoo, a lot of the modern church ceremonies look a lot like an African voodoo ritual. That's all I'll say. So, very, very similar in a lot of respects,
Have you, David? Have you ever spoken in tongues?
No, never had that experience. Never had that experience. No. Never spoken in tongues.
I did.
But
I did.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah.
I guess perhaps like maybe there's like a scientific explanation for why that occurs. Like maybe in a height.
I was on some good powder, and then I calmed down and I drank some milk and took my dumb ass to sleep.